Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy No E here with Belz, and we are the podcast. Let's grab a drink.
All right, tonight we're here with I forgot the name again.
What? The man just told you.
That's cool. It's cool.
This is gonna be a great blooper, though. Chris.
No, call me Rick. That sounds better.
Rick.
You like Rick?
Yeah, Rick is cool. It don't matter. It's all good.
Chris, aka Rick from Especial.
There we go.
Okay? We're best friends now, so it doesn't matter what I call him.
Facts.
All right, man. Thanks for taking time to drink with us. Really, have a good time with us.
Sure.
There we go.
No problem at all. No problem at all.
So starting off is clothing brand.
Yes.
Okay. What do you have?
So right now, I have shirts. I have hats. I just got my bucket hats in.
Okay.
I have some accessories also. I have pins. I had some mugs, but they just sold out.
You have what?
Mugs, like coffee mugs.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Okay.
Coffee mugs. What else? That's about it.
How long have you been doing it?
Officially, on paper, I've been doing it for probably about like 8 years. But I was like as old as my oldest daughter was.
Okay.
Yeah, and but just during that time, I think I may have jumped into it like with the official name and everything, just a little bit too early.
Okay.
Because I was still filling it out. I wasn't dropping shirts as much as I was at the beginning.
Okay.
And actually, I started like dwindling down, and then I picked it back up because, once you have a child, you might have passions, but you have obligations. You got to put in front of them passions.
Right.
So and then also I was just graduated from college, so I was still trying to it was a whole lot of stuff I was trying to get together.
Yeah.
I wanted to, I had this expensive degree, I had the piece of paper I had to do something with, and then at the same time I knew I just had to make a way for me be able to do everything.
Okay.
And but once I got to a point where I was financially able to start going back into my brand and like really working on it, really dropping more, really putting it out there how it should be.
Okay.
And because like I had a certain standard of how I wanted to do it also, and I knew in heart of heart that I wasn't putting it out there how it was because I was still learning, and it was I wasn't able to fully dedicate either time or funds to do it properly.
Yeah.
Why clothing? Why shirts? Like, what made you like, this is what I want to do?
So I've always been like really into fashion. Like I'm a product of the 90s. You guys are gonna hear that a lot. The 90s heavily influenced me just by with everything, and not just the 90s and just like just in clothing, because 90s was one of the big times where like everything was merging.
Yeah.
Everything was merging, and not just the stuff we listen to, like cultures were emerging, and it wasn't that section off how it was, because I had friends who white, Hispanic, and we all listened to the same music at that point in time. We all rap the same music.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and music was a big part of bringing us all together, because sometimes you want to be around. Music brings people together.
Yes.
No question about it. You drop so many guards, so many cultural barriers drop because of music. So music is very strong, because if everybody's on the same sound wave, you're like, yo, I feel this,
Right.
And we all got them, so. And just not with that, but everything was skateboarding. I mean, it was just so much, and I was just in it all. And with the 90s, kind of like you sticking your hand in a paint of like multicolored paint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when you stick your hand in and you pull it out, you got all these colors on your hands, but this your hand. You know what I'm saying? This is how it hit you.
Right.
That really matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody saw the paint. Everybody was in the paint, but how it came out. With you and your personal filters, that's what makes it so special.
Because it's personal.
It's personal. It has to be personal.
You can have like a brand, not a brand, but like let's say a sitcom. The name comes up and it just takes you back to that memory.
Yep.
Right? And not just like, oh yeah, we can talk about the same show. It's more like you remember where you were at that time.
Exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. It always.
Pretty cool.
So let me ask you that. How old were you in the 90s? Like what?
Okay, so I was born in '86. So me,
Right there. Yeah.
so like I was rolling into the '90s at 4.
Yeah.
Right.
But I almost remember January 1st, 1990. That sounds weird, but I just remember like these instances, like these like small things that take me back to the early 90s. Like I remember like USA Cartoon Express. I remember us having legal cable for a while.
Know somebody.
I remember us doing that. I remember the first time we watched Ninja Turtles.
I was about to ask you that. What was the cartoon you wake up on Saturday morning to watch?
Ninja Turtle was the movie though. It's big different.
Ninja Turtle was the movie.
Okay.
Ninja Turtle was the movie.
Yeah, go back in time with the cipher
and I remember like one of the crazy Ninja Turtle things that happened while that first time I saw it was the first time I met like my cousin who was like a year and a half older than me.
Okay.
He was just coming back from Hawaii. And me and him, we had a fight. This was the first time me and him
I'm
met each other.
Raphael. No, I'm Raphael.
And I don't know what it was. It was probably just like the same type of energy, like I was probably used to being that, what I'm saying, being that grandson, and he was just there, and they didn't see him, and it was just like me and him. He's like we was just.
You were just marking your territory.
Yeah, we was both marking territory. Put it like that, we just kind of. Yeah, it was. We had a good. We had an interesting first like altercation. I was like, "Who is he?" And he was like, "Who is he?" I was like, "Man, whatever." We gonna fight by the end of the day, and lo and behold.
But y'all are the closest cousins out there, I'm sure.
Yeah, I love them to death. I love them to death. I love all my family to death. Like, of course you got family members you don't really rock with. You know what I'm saying? It's because of whatever reasons. Sometimes. You gotta protect your energy, You gotta protect your energy. But, my family know I love them. You know what I'm saying? You hit me up, I'm there. No question about it. But, sometimes everybody needs their personal space so they can get it together. Because sometimes
that's crazy that you're touching on that because this is like the third time that comes up in conversations like this. Where like, you got your family, but sometimes you just have to put that separation until you get your spot and your setup set.
Yeah.
And then you're welcome back.
Yeah, and the thing is, because sometimes your energy be, what I'm saying, like you might be going through something that you can't talk to nobody about, or you don't even know that you can talk to somebody about.
Yeah.
And then like, after a while, and especially with family, because, the thing is about family.
They're always gonna be family. Family
gonna always be family.
Yeah.
And sometimes they be like, man, you bugging, or, hey man, and sometimes you gotta step away. Like, yo, I need to get some stuff together. Like, I don't know what's going on, but you supposed to, wherever you go in the world, you're supposed to always come back to family and just feel that love. You know what I'm saying? That's just normal.
Yeah.
And that's just my expectations of what a family should normally reciprocate or just project.
You say that? I'm still curious, and it's bugging me, man.
What's
the
up?
socks thing.
Okay, so
he came in wearing one pair of socks, and he's like, wait, I gotta go change my socks.
So
I thought he was gonna change shirt or hat.
Yeah, exactly. It was like
no, it was just some socks because, being back from the '90s, when I was really like fashion. Aware.
Okay.
I was aware of how brands were working. Like, and the thing was, it was an unspoken rule. You don't wear Nikes with Adidas, and you so if you wear Nikes, you wear Nike socks. You wear like Adidas. You wear Nike. You Nike head to floor. Or if you're wearing some Nikes, you wear another type of like non-athletic designer.
Right.
So like you can wear like Nike.
Tommy and a Nike.
Yeah, and it'll be cool.
Something like that.
It'll be cool, but you just don't really mix the brands together.
Okay.
And then this was brand, like literally '90s was nothing but brand loyalty. Like if you think about it in retrospect, like you wasn't clashing. You wasn't, and like you didn't wear Tommy and Polo together. So like it was just. It was just
stripes and polka dots.
Seriously,
yeah.
Seriously, you just don't put them together, and it was just the unspoken rules. And when you talk about it, then you like, oh, okay, yeah, that was true. Yeah. So, and it's just something I still live by. I try my best not to, but at the same time, I'm 30. I'm 33. I'm 33. When it's time for me, like I try to live by them rules as much as possible. But like, I need to go work out. I need to go run. Whatever, anything getting put on, because at the end of the day, it's gonna get washed, it's gonna be sweaty, and that's it. That's that. I don't feel bad about it, but at the same time, when I'm out somewhere and I'm trying to be very aware of like what I have on, even if it's just something just cool. I try to make sure I apply those same rules.
Right. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to throw you out.
No, you good. No, you good. It was
It
me.
was just bugging me. I was like, I need to know what's up with the sock.
No, it was that.
Getting back to your whole vibe about 90s and stuff. I think I've seen that a lot. I mean, it's always been out where like people start going retro on certain
Nostalgia.
decades, and but especially now, like, and I think it's because we're in that generation,
man,
where we have our careers done, we're starting to make money, and now our nostalgia is starting to really heat up, and it's like,
and we got the money.
You see all these things coming back, and all, even major brands like Cokes and Sprite, they're all bringing back the old school logos and beers, everybody, and it's stuff. Is that part of what maybe you saw foreseeing it coming around, or?
No, really, this has just always been a part of what I wanted to do. I always wanted to project. One of the things about Especial, when I created the brand, I wanted to show like who I am. I wanted my brand to show who I am. And the thing is, a lot of my molding happened in the 90s, you know, and that's where I learned a lot of my I remember when my parents used to listen to pop and Key Sweat, like when we would go see my family in Louisiana, we were jamming pop. We jammed so many albums of pop all the way out to Louisiana. We were jamming back. So, you know, even though I was never gangster when you listen to enough pop, you know, you got your heart filled with something, you know. Yeah. So it was just it's just what made me, and I want to, and I know these like, and these are like general like things that was global or that was local and we all experienced, but I take in my personal filters in, you know, and then that's what helps me make my brand. And I want to make sure my brand shows exactly who I am. But at the same time, I'm multifaceted, and I can accept that, because at first I was like, nah, I'm just straight. But it wasn't like that, because
not everybody's that way.
Not everybody's like that, but at the same time, not everybody wants to be able, you know, they want to accept that, because I was in the 90s. I was exposed to everything. I rollerbladed, I BMX, and I skateboarded. I didn't get into skateboard a little bit later, because I was just I wanted to do it, but I never. I think I might have thought about it too much. You know, like I overthought my entry into it. I felt like you had to have somebody that skateboard that was around you. And I remember like my first time me being encounter with a skateboard was probably around 98. My dad owned the cleaners in 3rd Ward, and the guy, it was a locksmith that was in the same plaza, and the locksmith's son came from California, and he bought a skateboard, and it was just like, I used to just ride the skateboard. He showed me how to ride it, figured out I was goofy, you know, just like how I ride my board with my right foot front. And this used to be on like this pebble, like it was the dangerous, most dangerous type of like pavement to ride a skateboard on. But I mastered it, and I just like, and like I couldn't do any tricks, but you know, I was learning to ride skateboard. I always wanted to do it, but I finally got to do it, and it was always, and it started building up, and then I remember one of my good school friends, he had a skateboard, and this is when we stayed in 3rd Ward. Also, we stayed in the CUNY homes. He would bring his skateboard out, and I would just ride it down this little sidewalk, and they had like those deep sidewalk like separators. So you ride, you like boom, 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 and like get thrown off of that. So it was just so much that inspired me from the 90s. I wouldn't do myself any justice by not leaving that out in my life. There's so much inspirational stuff, you know. So
good memories of most of all.
Oh man, just wonderful memories. I mean, they wasn't always good memories, but how it goes is, you know, this what made me.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And then my goal is to put that out what made me. But at the same time, it's evolution that comes in with that. But you know,
the situations that we go through, that's what molds us into the people that we are. Like,
most definitely. You can't hide it. You may not want to talk about it, and that's okay. Because some stuff you don't need to talk about. If you got past it and you got better, you don't need to talk about it. You know, just know I've been through some hard stuff, and I don't want to talk about that no more.
Right.
You know, and I mean, everybody has that option.
You just gotta let your character show through.
Yeah, let the character show through. You know, I want to be like, Chris, you ain't used to do all that for real. like, I want people to say that. It's like, yo, because people see that like, yo, that's growth. You know, like I want people to be able to like, nah, you ain't used to do all that, Chris. Like, yeah, that was me. So yeah, exactly. It's like, nah, I don't believe it. You know, I want people to be flabbergasted, like, oh my God. Like, yeah, that's growth. You know, I want to be able to show growth.
Going back to the brand, so you've been doing it 8 years, so that means established in what, 2011?
Yep. Okay. My baby girl, my oldest daughter, she turned 8. I was like, let me go ahead and get this together.
It sounds like you didn't. The name wasn't what it is today.
No, it definitely wasn't.
What did it start off as?
Okay. Okay, so this is how it started. Okay, got to start on the bottom. Let me open that one up on the bottom.
First, okay, I'm ready.
That's it. All right.
So, it was really an evolution of a brand. When I first thought about my first clothing company, it was actually it started when I first came back from Denton, Texas, because I was going to University of North Texas.
Okay.
And I came back down. I went to U of H, and I met. I call him out. That's my brother. My brother Johnny. We started a brand called Dangerous Advance.
Dangerous.
Advance. It was like this was still doing like the breaking edge of like a lot of the streetwear companies. So this was probably like a couple years like after the hundreds was established, like the big companies that are big right now.
Like Diamond.
Diamond been in the game since '98. I think '96 or '98. They've been, because they started off as a hardware company. They started as a skate hardware company, and then they just started making dope shit. You know, they had the skate team was crazy. They had number OGs on the skate team. So Diamond been out there for a while. So is Crooks and Castles. A lot of companies.
That's another brand that came to mind, and the reason why I heard of both Diamond and Crooks and Castles. Mm-hmm. I want to say I started seeing it where I actually went out and bought stuff maybe like in 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Because that's when they were really, really hitting. That's when you started seeing them on Zoomies.
Yeah, that's when they started hitting the big spots. But before that, they were in like boutiques, because like either the price point or just like a lot of brands didn't know who you were. Like you was like a California brand.
Yeah.
No demand for it.
It was no demand for it. There was no awareness.
Right.
But once just like once you put that work in, you know, and you really put your brands, and sometimes it's going on the right people's backs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's how you get your brand out there, because if your designs are dope, You just need to get more people out there to see it. And sometimes it's the right person to get it on, and sometimes you can sell out overnight. It's possible.
So that was in 01 when you started doing that, and then what happened?
No, it was like, I want to say 2008, 2009. I want to say 2008. Me and my bro, we just I just really wanted to do my own thing. I mean, we had it going, and I really feel like we can get that popping at any point in time. Again, I mean, but I think we just had like just different ideas.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even different ideas. There's different expectations of the brand.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I just like, I'm starting my own brand, you know, and you know.
Maybe just a different energy.
It's not even different, because like me and him, we're like very technical.
Okay.
We're very technical, and like when I met my homie, because like I'm the type of person, I have no problem saying, like, if I see a dope outfit, I'm like, yo, your outfit is dope, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I have no problem doing it.
Right.
And so my homie, he had this he had these red and black the Jordan the pattern of the 11s, and he had this brand. It may be defunct. I'm not sure now, but it was a brand called Rogue Status, and it was the brand that Rob Dyrdek had. So the dude that was on Robin Big, he used to wear these shirts that had all these guns on it, and it was called a gun show. There's all these types of guns on it. It was called a gun show, and it was red and black. And my partner, he had the unit was matching, and it was on point. And I hadn't seen anybody with Rogue Status down here, so I was just like, yo, that's super dope. And after that, we just been kicking it. You know, we was like in the same, I think it was the same pre-cal class or something, a pre-algebra. was in the same class, and after that we just been hanging.
That's awesome.
It was a kind of amazing.
That's crazy. A friendship starting off an outfit. That's
You know,
But that's how it works, though.
yeah.
you know what? And the irony of it, I'm not sure if you guys know about the Hundreds. It's a brand called the Hundreds. They have one of their big logos is called the Atom Bomb.
Okay.
So, and it's actually the one I got on my arm right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man, you're legit on it.
Well, you know, like sometimes when brand loyalty is something else, you know what I'm saying? When you believe in a brand.
Which leads me on to, man, you got some loyal fans out there.
Yo.
I saw that post where they got the tat with the show love.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's my bro. I haven't got one yet. I've been waiting for I've been thinking about the right spot. You know what I'm saying? I've been thinking about the right spot to get it.
And those are fans, right?
That's
family.
That's family. But they're fans. But they like you know, they love the brand. They love what the brand is about. They love, you know, just how I present it, you know.
Okay.
So, and with that, it's just support, you know, like you know, like, and I take, you know, you don't
That's
gotta.
some serious stuff, though, man. Like, ink, at least.
Yeah,
man.
and the thing is, like, with that design, it's so much with that design that goes into it. It's really like a reminder.
Right.
That one, especially because it's like a boomerang.
Right.
And it says "show love" on it. And so what the concept is, you put love out there, it's gonna come back to you.
There you go.
You know, and the thing is about, you know, you want to always move from like the kindness of your heart. You know, you want to make sure you have a positive output on basically everything you can possibly have. I know sometimes you just negative, and I need to clear it out. I don't need to be around nobody. Like, yo, I'm negative. This is just what I am right now. But when you do a lot of things, you want to do it from a good place in your heart, because the thing is about showing love. You know, once you put that out there in the universe will always give it back to you.
Yeah.
Right.
It may not be how you want it, but it happens exactly when you need it.
There you go.
So I really believe in it. I've been a reciprocation of love being shown, and I also been a donator of love. I give it out there, and it's not
both ways.
It got to go both ways.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a boomerang. A boomerang don't come back to you unless you throw it.
Right. There
You
you
know,
go.
so yeah, I try to with my designs, I try to put
Meaning behind it.
it has to be a meaning behind it, and it has to be something that relates to me.
Okay.
So
well,
when you separated and you started your own deal, that's when your name started, or
so after we separated, Dangerous Advance, like it wasn't, you know, he was like, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't tripping. He had his own stuff he was working on too, so it wasn't like
amicable.
That's still my brother. We still came on. He still came over, kicked it, went over designs with me. You know what I'm saying? So he was still he still had teeth in the game. You know, so it wasn't like, oh man, I ain't rocking with you no more like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he knew what it was just
To
cool.
respect.
It was respect. It was love. That's my brother.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So after that, I'm a really big history buff. I like history.
Okay.
I wanted to name my brand something that was elusive, because that's kind of the person I am. I wouldn't say I'm elusive, but I want a deeper meaning into the brand, you know. And it was, at that point in time, it was so many. I mean, there's still a lot of clothing brands out here, but I wanted mine to stand. My goal was for my name to stand out, and the brand name to stand out. And once the brand name stood out, I'll be able to, you know, bring you in deeper and like, oh, okay, you know. I just wanted to come with
you
it.
better not use that voice again.
Yeah.
You better have to hold her down.
You better hold that. You better practice on my voice. Bring it back. Oh, shit. I hang out with you. You're teaching me a few things.
Hey, whatever I can, cause
You want another vocal range out here.
you know what? I try to do it. I try to do what I can.
Did you catch it? No, you didn't
No,
catch it.
it's like turn down the bass, turned up the bass.
You know, I used to always, I used to always like think I used to always listen to Marco Spoon at night. You know what I'm saying? When they used to do like the Quiet Storm, you know, they have a 102 on, you know, they playing something smooth. I'm just like, you know, I wasn't doing it at that point in time, but at the same time, the vibe was definitely apparent. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I used to always think of me being like a DJ. I mean, like a radio personality at night, and I used to call myself Cool Breeze. So I was like, it's your man, Cool Breeze.
Take us into the next song.
Hey y'all, we got some. We just been dropped off a fifth of Hennessy and some Coke. Y'all wanna come through and come chill? Y'all come through. If not, I'm gonna put these smooth tunes on for the next 2 hours. I'm gonna sit back here and drink. Y'all tap in if y'all want to. So I used to always like play these smooth DJ like thoughts in the back of my head. It was just funny. I used to, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed tapping into different parts of my mind. So it's just you wanna. I try to like hit all these different things in my head, in my brain, because sometimes I just feel like. You don't never gotta do it, but you can always play into it. You know what I'm saying? You can get in the mirror, and freestyle and rap. You gotta enjoy this life.
Yeah.
You gotta enjoy this life, no matter what nobody think, because how a person thinks is based on their personal experience.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's never really based on you. You might think you know me, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta take some time, get to know me. You know what I'm saying? And then and that's my whole thing. I want to be like. That I want to be able to show the growth just through personal, like past experiences to now. You know what I'm saying? So, so I wanted the brand name initially. It was called Croatoan. Croatoan. So
like the missing people, right?
Exactly.
Right.
See, the thing is, like, you know what? It was crazy. Okay, but the thing is, the baseline of this was the word Croatoan. So back in the early settlement, America settling days, when they first came across the pond, and they had the settlers. It was like towards like the Virginia area, somewhere off the coast, and like a settling party, they ran out of food.
I think it was 3 ships, and so they landed on an island, and they settled there. And the captain of the ship was like, okay, y'all stay here, make a settlement, I'm gonna be back. Well, he took a little bit longer, but on his return with more ships and more food,
yeah, because they were running out.
He arrives and there's no one, nothing. But we're talking about children, families, men. It was like 3 ships.
Yeah.
And no trace of them, nothing. And I think they settled, they're trying to find out, and they disappeared as well. And the only thing they could find was was it a tree bark or on a stone?
A tree trunk.
They found the words Croatoan.
Carved in it, that was it.
That's all they know. Like it's a mystery.
So now the island is called the Croatoan Islands.
Well, like my initial question is like, all right, well, who wrote that? The first
Nobody
settlers
knows.
or the second settlers?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Because there's no trace of anything. Like, it wasn't like a natural disaster. Like, it could have been Indians. It could have been aliens. It could have been they just starved. But even then, there's no bodies.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
No bones. Nothing.
Man.
So yeah, it was. Yeah.
I should have paid attention to history class.
You know what? Like, I always liked history and social studies. I told myself if I was rich, my family was rich, and I didn't have to really think about like the whole money concept, I would have went to school as a history major and just like got like a lot of different focuses, African American, ancient, like Egypt, not ancient Egypt, but like Egyptian, like
early
ancient,
humanities.
like early humanities, and also even Greek mythology.
Okay,
I would have
that's
got
awesome,
that.
man. I think that would be interesting.
Very.
But Croatoan, why? Like, what would have been your definition behind it?
It was just mysterious. It doesn't have any name to it.
Okay.
It's.
Don't be using your voice on me, Chris. Don't be. You're gonna get in trouble, boy.
See, it's that Tito's.
It is.
That Tito's.
Try not to flirt, but it's just very hard.
But if y'all want to send y'all's voice clips, y'all can send them to her.
Yeah, I'm a tester, right?
We'll put her email in the link below. I want them sending that shit to me.
And get nothing but these smooth, silky voices. You know what? I'm gonna use this for myself. I'm gonna try to hit that vocal range right there. That sounds like
hey, can y'all record me a voice reader so I can put it on my yeah. And they call me, you've reached Noe's phone.
Hey man, I'm gonna send you some money back. I'm gonna borrow this, man. But
how long did that last, Croatoan? Or did you keep it or no?
It actually lasts probably about A couple months, to be honest, because like, you know, you think about a name and then you gotta vet it out, and I didn't properly vet the name out.
It's a tough one though.
It's a tough one, but and that's why I was like, man, ain't nobody rocking with this name. So I got on this t-shirt for him because I was at the point where like, okay, it's time for me to start making some designs. So let me start seeing like what shirts are popping out in the streets. Like what are the most premium shirts you can get, but also they won't break the bank.
Right.
And so I was like, all right, you know, like I got on, I changed my, you know, hit my. This was back when you had forums and you had to actually do like some light coding, like to like insert your name of your clothing company, and then you had like the brackets and stuff you had to put in at the bottom of it for your for the
title description.
The title description, but you know you had on the forums and you had your avatars and stuff like that.
Right.
You had to do like some light coding to put that, like do that.
I call it MySpace coding.
Yeah, it's like MySpace. It's like MySpace. Exactly.
You gotta
exactly.
code your own page.
You had to put this stuff in the footer. That's the word I was thinking for it.
Okay.
But this dude had hit me up on the side, and he was like, you know, this was after me like asking questions for like a month. Dude hit me up on the side. He was like, hey man, I got a clothing company named Curlatonin, and like he said, I was in Arizona, and I was like, and he's like, you know, and you can have all this, you know, like I got shirts and printing stuff, like blank shirts. He's like, I can't really do it because my wife said I couldn't. I was like, oh, all right then. Well,
I like the honesty.
Yeah, no. I was like, all right, cool, man. Good luck. And after that, I changed my name. I changed the name. I was like, all right, I'm not fighting with the name. You know, like, nah, I'm good, man. You know,
that's messy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no static. You know, it's plenty more names. And and like I've always been in love with the Spanish culture, and just me just being from Houston and being in Texas, you are deeply immersed in it regardless.
Right.
Regardless. So, you know, and like at that point in time, I took up, and when I was in high school, I took up to like Spanish 3. And you know what I'm saying, I speak a little Spanish, you know what I'm saying, just to keep me out.
Don't talk to her in Spanish with that deep voice.
I want no problem.
Bad Bunny, what? You have to stop.
It's that Tito's. Tito's know what they was doing. They make
unofficial sponsor today.
Right? Right. Hey, I need to send some bottles here now. You know, these girls some coupons.
The guest is calling you out, Tito's. What's up?
I'm just saying, we Texas and everything. I don't know, we ain't got no bottles yet anyway. But
Oh yeah.
I gotta fix my laptop.
No, but you know, but once I got over that name quickly, but at the same time I was like, man, I really want my company to be special, and I was thinking about Special Clothing Company, and I was just like, nah, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to stand out, I want it to be special, but like, hey, my clothing company is special, and my clothing company name is Special Clothing Company. I was like, ooh. I was like, no, let's go back to the board. And I was like, hold on, man, we gotta tap into a whole other side you've been exposed to. And I was like, Especial. I was like, ooh, it sounds good.
It sounds good.
It sounds good. So I was like, now I was telling myself, I was like, okay, here's something special.
I know why she was laughing, because you said it with that deep voice.
I've been working on it though.
You saw like his voice went like an octave lower when he said it in Spanish.
I don't want no problems. But I was telling myself like, yo, here goes something special. Here goes something especial. Like, and once you hear those right next to each other, you already know which one. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's like that's a run. And so you know, I started just drawing the word out. You know, just looking at it. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be pop. But at the same time, I already knew it was gonna be a parent hill for everybody to get over. With me being a straight up, I haven't checked my background, my cultural background, but I have no Spanish. The most Spanish I have in my family at this point is my daughter's mom. Okay. She's half Cuban.
Oh, okay.
So you know, but this was, you know, I just been deeply like, you know, allured to that, you know, and it was just what it was. You know, you just go to things that you're attracted to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, you know. So with that being said, it just kept on like standing on me, I started drawing it, and I was like, oh man, this look good.
It was like an itch, like you
and I was drawing it, you know, I'm just drawing stuff out, looking at letterings going on the front.
Do you find yourself as an artist, or?
Oh, you know what?
Do you have to have artistic skills in order for you, or is it help, or?
Oh no, it definitely helps.
Yeah.
I actually, one of my homegirls, I was at, she was like, Chris, you're an artist.
Yeah.
No matter what. I was like, nah, I'm not really an artist. She was just like, yo, you take stuff out your head, and you have an idea, and you're able to take it out your head and put it on something, like, you know, that's an artist. No matter if it's and I was just like, you know, I'm just a business person. You know, like, I was taking myself from the artist thing. And she was like, yo, you're an artist. And I was like, okay. And like, she beat it in my head.
That's good.
No,
that's the people you want in your life, man.
And I met her this year.
Oh
wow,
this year. Yeah, this was like super recent, and
so you're doing all these artistic qualities, creating, putting together sketches and things, and you weren't calling yourself an artist. Like,
it was, and you know, it was because of me. Like, you know, it's how broad of a mind I have. At the same time, I was boxing myself out into something. Like, I was leaving myself out of a box because I felt like you have to have certain qualities, you have to have certain things.
It's the fear in us.
And I didn't, you know, like, cause I have friends that I used to call artists, and they was just like, they fired.
You had respect for them.
Yeah, it was.
You felt a disrespect for you to
call myself an artist, but then, like, you know, and probably if I would, and I never told them this, so this is probably the first time they hear it, but like they probably like end up calling me like, bro, everybody knew you was an artist, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like stop that, dog. Like, you know, it's like, bro, but at the same time, I have certain standards I hold my friends to, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm just
it's path of self-discovery, because even we got caught off guard a couple episodes ago where we got called creators, and we're like sitting there like, we're honored, but then we really never self-identified it as. But then when he put it out there, it's like, you know what, you're right. Like, you know, this platform we have, we're creating stuff and trying to create a platform for other people and trying to boost them up. So yeah, it's part of that self-discovery and finding out who you are. So absolutely, you're an artist. Taking things and making them into fruition.
Making it happen.
Yeah,
it's
point blank.
It's crazy. It always blows my mind how sometimes I'll be looking at some of my designs, and I can't take credit for all my designs.
Okay.
I can probably take credit for like the initiation of them, like sometimes even rough sketches, but like the final piece, a lot of them have not come from me, you know.
But I think that's the beauty of it all.
Yeah.
Because even for example, us with this project that we're doing, we can't take credit for everything. Yeah. But it's the idea.
It's the idea.
You know, we presented to an artist, and our artist friend, and we brought the idea to him. And he just made it his own, which is our brand, our logo.
That's exactly what it was. I made a real nasty rough sketch I put together a bunch of ideas and like put pictures together, and I said, look, this is what I had in mind, and I put it kind of in the direction that we were going toward. I'm like, create what you want. Yeah. And I literally told him that. I was like, just do whatever you want. Yeah. And what he threw us back, man, it was on point. Blew our mind.
And the thing is, like, sometimes, as long as the base is created properly, you know what I'm saying? No matter how the house is built, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know what? Touching on what you were talking about earlier, the energy.
Yeah.
About the energy is good, like, because the communication between him and our boy is there. It's like he took the Red Solo Cup, he took the city of Houston, and put them in the cup, and you can identify each building as a Houston skyline, and it's like, bro.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes it's having the person who sees the vision that you have. That's one thing I'm very fortunate of. All of my fam, all of my friends that help me design my designs. Either I can talk to them, like, you know, I can give them a roughie and like, yo, this is where I want to go, and they'll complete it. Or sometimes we just have like these, because I'm meticulous because I know how it looks in my head,
Right.
and like I can't settle for anything other than how it looks in my head.
Because it's your brand.
Yeah,
it represents you.
And it's my vision.
Right,
It's my
right.
vision, and like if you're able to get close to seeing, because some people are okay with being close. I'm like, oh, I want my vision to be smack dead on point, because at the same time, I'm giving this as a piece of me,
Right.
to to the people. Like I don't want to, because I'll be looking at a design, but like, no. We got to go back to the board with it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't want to go back to the board with my designs.
Are you able to? Sorry. Are you able to take criticism from those people?
Oh yeah. No, most definitely. I feel like, sometimes, your vision might be blurry. Like my glasses might have smears and stuff on them, but once I clean them out, that may be their criticism. Clean my veg. I'll be like, all right, let's get back to it, because you may not always just
Agree
because
with
you might not always, some people are dead, because also some stuff you know exactly how you want. Some stuff, like, all right, you know what I'm saying, like after I started, and that's what comes with it. My friends know when to lay out, like, all right, Chris, But hey, and most of the time, if we're not agreeing on something, and because like sometimes it's like they're sending me proof, and I'm not liking it, I always sit down like, yo, let's have a sit down.
Yeah.
Let's have a sit down, let's bang it out together.
Now, question, is it, do you go to the same people, the same artists, the same sketchers, or do you change it around, you move it around?
It's just really, all my friends, they always busy, you know what I'm saying? So it really is depending on who's available.
Okay.
And then sometimes it is the pricing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you do move around?
I do, not necessarily shop around, because, but at the same time, I hit my friends up. I'm like, yo, I got a design for you. Boom. If the price if it's something I can't afford and it's something I need to move forward on, that's the thing about having a lot of friends that do designs.
True.
You want to be able to be like, yo, why you ain't hit me up, bro? And at the same time, I'll never be the type of friend that be like pitching and bargaining with them. Like, yo, you got a price, you hold on to your price.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You respect their hustle.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
As much as they respect yours.
Exactly. Like I'm not about to sit here and talk you down on what you say, how much your stuff is. If I can afford it, I can afford it. If I can't, then I gotta find somebody that they can, work with them.
I'm sure since you got a variety of artists that can actually help with the illustrations, like I'm sure you have certain projects where you automatically think of one.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the thing is, it's always based on previous work they've done with me. Like it's and a lot of sometimes it's with photographers too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They got a certain eye. They got a certain, I want to do this. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get the homie right here, because they do like really good like nature shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, we put them in the wood. They go find the right lighting.
And that's a big deal for clothing brands. Correct?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because
I can tell by looking at your profile on your Instagram, it's like you use the integration of not only your supporters and your fans, but there's some shots where I'm like, man, like this was really like a photographer coming out at the event, maybe working with you, or did you bring him along, or how does that work?
No. Most of those pictures that I shot at some of the pop-ups, they're all on me, all on my phone.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
You take nice pictures.
Thank you. I would say, just sometimes being around friends who take really good pictures, that got degrees and stuff, being you can't help not to be inspired, or have them rub off on you. I feel like nobody's in your life for no reason. You shouldn't call it using somebody. You should just taking advantage of their time.
Right.
Because you never know. Because sometimes have you ever been in a situation with somebody who's like, man, I should have learned a lot more while I'm with this person. You know what I'm saying? And most likely they're learning something. It's like you're learning from each other. That's one thing about life. Life is a constant learning thing. You never know enough. You never know enough in life. No matter how much you think you know, you never know enough. And sometimes I know that sometimes as you get a little older, you're like, I don't care about learning. Like whatever. But at the same time, I have all these friends that are so influential, and they what they know and their personalities would keep my attention. When somebody keeps your attention, then you ain't gotta really worry about like if you're using them or not. Like I really like what you do.
It just gravitates towards each other.
It's an exchange too. I'm sure
it's inspiration.
Yeah.
It's inspiration, and I want to always keep inspirational people around me to keep me going.
I'm having fun with you. I told you your energy was really. I really liked it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate your energy also, cause like when we linked up, I was like, okay, this is gonna be dope as hell. Let me just cause we was just going off of just initial vibe.
Right.
I was like, okay.
I'm telling you, I walked around the whole thing, but I talked to a few people. I'm like, and like maybe the product was cool, but I'm like, I can't have like a boring person, you know?
Hard.
Especially when we're drinking, like they're gonna be like, no, I don't know, it's just weird.
Maybe
but to you, I wasn't even drinking. I was like, I want to sit down next to him, you know, just like talk. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate
man.
that. It's some that's just showing, you know, energy is real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people say, oh, you know, then you don't have your heart open enough to be receptive.
Well, again, even at Axelrad, I didn't come up to you, but I was sitting to where I visually had a visual of your table, and you actually talked to your people, like, not just about the product, but like, you know, just like good, chill, very casual. Like, I like that. Like, it's.
I appreciate it. I mean, I try to reflect who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they know, you know, like, yo, we rock with Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Especial is not here tomorrow, Lord forbid, I'll probably go ahead and rock for a couple days.
Stop.
My baby.
You're doing a good thing though. You have a good following.
Yeah, it looks solid. The designs look awesome. I mean, if you want to go ahead and dive into what you got on right now.
Okay.
I'll tell you. The first thing that I thought about when I saw your shirt was the '90s, because Lucas is what I would get when I was coming out of school. Like on the way home, you stop by the corner store. Hey, give me some of that little Lucas, pelucas.
Yeah, man.
Lucas pelucas.
Yeah.
And so basically, one thing about Especial, we are, I say we because everybody who buys or who supports the brand.
There you go.
They part of the brand. Like, y'all, I mean, think about it. You know, like, I wouldn't be able to, you know what I'm saying, still go along with my brand and bring more stuff with the people not with me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like you're getting joining a team, you know, like you're joining a baseball team, like, you know, when
well, basically you're the coach and they want to join your team. That's the way I would see it.
I don't even know, but I would say I'm the coach, you know what I'm saying? I would say I'm the captain of the ship.
There you go.
I'm the captain of the ship. I don't know where we're going, but thank y'all for riding, you know what I'm saying? We might go in circles with y'all, but I appreciate it.
Yes, Captain.
I think you found a skipper.
Sí, Capitan.
That's a lot better.
What's that one song? Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán.
There you go.
Man. La Bamba,
There you go.
But like I said, I've always been exposed to, you know, Hispanic culture. I mean, it's just what it was. I've always been, I call it the sun culture. So I would say, if I was a flower, I would lean more to the west. You know, so like California, just anything, just like nature and sun. So like, last year was my first time ever going to California, and it was so beautiful.
Where'd you go?
I have a friend that stays in Torrance. Yeah, shout out to my boy Eduardo. That's my boy. Eddie V. That's my brother. And
we're gonna get watched in Cali.
Yo, let's go. Let's go. Hey.
My hair today.
But you know, I've always been exposed to that part, and I think it may have started through music and just me. Like when I was younger, I used to always pick me up a Low Rider magazine and try my best to draw like the prison drawings in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I told myself when I got my first tattoo, it was gonna be the laugh now, cry later mask, and I used to always draw them motherfuckers. I used to always like.
Did you ever get them?
No, I never got them. Because I just knew when I got a little bit later, I was like, okay, that's a little clicked up. Because I talked to somebody else and they was like, yeah, bro, I mean, it's cool right now. It was cool back then in the 90s, but now it's like a little click, bro. So I don't think you really. If you ain't active, then don't wear it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get associated with the bad. You know.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, even if it was coming from a place of love, you know, once you got in your skin like that, then it's something else.
Nobody else knows what you meant by it.
Exactly.
It's open to interpretation.
It's open to interpretation, and that's one of the big things I have about colors, man. I represent. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody. In their, you know, whatever they set colors are, you know, that's cool. But at the same time, I came from the 90s.
Right.
What colors didn't belong to nobody. You know what I'm saying? You wear 20 colors.
Yeah.
and you just go to the grocery store to get cereal. You know what I'm saying?
What side of town did you grow up in? Like,
So I grew right here up on the southeast. So
you said 3rd Ward, right?
yeah. So I live in 3rd Ward. I live mostly always out. I've always stayed on the south side of Houston, Texas.
Okay.
So from the south, ranging out from the southwest, Braeswood and Fondren area.
SWAT out there, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was. But I stayed there in the wild '90s, like the wild '90s. I mean, it was still wild, but at the same time, my grandparents stayed over there in South Park, like right there off of Hirschwood.
Okay.
So like that DJ Screw influence environment, I was right there living it when it was happening. Like I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like it used to be a car wash on St. Lo and MLK. And that's where everybody pull their slabs up to.
Yeah.
And me and my cousin, we'd be over there washing cars. You know, and this is the same cousin I got in a fight with.
that song already. To the south and to them, okay?
The top down, showing us around. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm talking about.
It's and this was
I'm talking about.
I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
Ooh, the Cheetos though.
you feel me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop.
But so I was just always influenced by all that. I was right there.
Right.
I was always right there. And I watched it, you know, like that whole concept, like you can hear me before you see me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was that bang, you know what I'm saying? That knocking, you hear him.
I think that's the magic of it. Of not maybe you weren't a part of it, but you were able to witness it. You know?
Witness it. Sometimes you see
totally different.
You get to see those ornated cars with that with you know, and they putting them on, you know, baby lacks and everything. And you get to see that. You get to see a car come in basic and see it come out looking like something like you just. But the thing is, it's in true Texas fashion.
Right.
You know, that's one thing I love about being in Texas.
I'm a name drop right now and throw it out there. I got actually lined up soon to get Eddie from Third Coast Customs.
Oh, word.
He's supposed to come on board with us.
Oh, word.
I've known him for, man, I'm going on like 15 years that I've known him. And a lot of I can't, don't hold me to it. Some of the paint that you might have seen like on Paul Walls and Slim Thugs Riders, like I probably sold it to him because that's my day job.
Oh,
I sell paint, car paint.
What word?
Yeah, so
Sure.
let me know.
His number, though, man. Is that boy's working on it too?
Yeah, brother, I'll let you know, man.
I said it might work on him.
Sip the drink.
I'll throw it right back out. Like, what's up?
We out here sound like businessmen with deep voice.
Can I get it to you?
We may have to change the dynamic of
Little sandwich. Why you getting ready?
but it's just being exposed to so many things in the '90s. It's kind of hard for me to not take away. My goal is to try to stretch out as much as I can. Almost consider me like a wet towel, you know, and you're wringing it. I want you to try to like wring me dry, like that. That's just everything I've been influencing. And the thing is, it just didn't happen in the '90s, but the '90s was the biggest point. I ain't had no bills, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? The money aspect, it wasn't coming in yet.
Yeah.
I knew I needed it to get some stuff, and you know I knew that some stuff cost a grip at that point. But at the same time, I was still able to come home. I didn't have a whole lot of big resabilities. You know what I'm saying?
$100 felt like a lot of money back in the 90s.
Man, $20 spent like a lot, man. You go to school, and because that was back when hot chips was 25 cents.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Rice Krispies was baller style.
All you need was $5 and you're hitting it at lunchtime.
Oh, you the man.
Yeah.
You the man. That's when they used to sell these little popcorn. At HIG used to actually sell food. Like they used to sell like these little pink bags of white cheddar popcorn.
Oh.
And they used to be like 25 cents.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I got the
You had
Rice
to.
Krispies. I got the.
We had the store right there in the back. Like,
I didn't do that.
no?
I didn't get that.
Yeah, we always had
we
to.
did.
Okay. Do you remember the little pencil machine they had for a quarter?
I remember the pencil machine.
Man, that pencil was straight up. It was all pencil break. Like you get ready to blow all your bread. pull that eraser out. No, man, keep your eraser in, bro.
It got to the point where our pencil machine was always out of order, and then we got in trouble. Like the whole school got in trouble.
Like
y'all are overusing the pencil machine. It's like,
man, ain't y'all making
it though? We had a tournament at lunchtime.
They
just didn't understand.
Be in that bathroom, snapping pen. You over there, you
That
like, man,
was
I'm
good
gonna.
technique though. You have to have a good technique for that.
You had to know how to start chipping it right one spot and just really just getting harder and harder until you snap that pencil.
Bag for real.
Man, you walk away hurt, you know. But
you know they were pros when they had that Band-Aid on their finger.
it was that when they know how to pull their eraser off the rip. And you know what I'm saying, and then flatten the middle part that binded the eraser like an axe. Yeah, like a tomahawk. They be.
I never thought about that.
Oh man.
I'm about to whoop my little nephew's butt. Watch.
That was, but the 90s, it was just so magical for me.
It's because it was much more interactive than I think it is today. You know, today it's everybody's YouTube, like all the kids YouTube and this and that. But I'm like, it was the magic of bike riding till the lights went out. It was about playing, tag out in the streets. It was about like mama, yelling your name out for you to get in. Nowadays, there's you can't. I don't blame parents. I don't blame
Mama's telling
for
you
how it is. Yeah.
Mama's telling, hey, you could have got. Now Mama's, hey, you need to go outside and do something because you running 5 mile electricity. I supposed to get free nights and weekends.
Yeah.
You can do that when you come in.
You go outside, you better stay outside. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Like I
drink water, hose out the water so you can't be going in and out. Like there's just things like that. But today, again, I can easily hate on today's upbringing, but at the same time, I don't blame parents. It's not the same. Things ain't the same anymore.
It's not. You gotta adjust with time.
Yeah.
You gotta adjust with time. So
but you're right about it was a different time period, and I think that's what makes it more nostalgic for us. Because
man,
there's no trace of that nowadays.
No, it's not. It's really not. And the thing is, if you do it, it's because it was a lack of. If you see it, because of the lack of, then you gotta go into more options. But now, kids they're so connected to each other. But in a different kind of way.
In a different way, yeah.
A different kind of way. We was connected. We all be outside playing basketball.
With memories and
and it was probably a little more physical, but at the same time,
neighborhood kids hung out with neighborhood kids. It's not now. Nobody knows each other.
You can have a pen pal. You can have social media friends, Twitter friends. I got YouTube, and it's like it's cool. And yes, it gives you a wider. Mental capacity.
Right.
It also stretches your knowledge of your surroundings. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, there's nothing like getting along with that neighbor that has nothing in common with you.
Exactly.
And making that shit work.
Yep.
I think that's a big difference nowadays.
Yep. Because sometimes you I just close my door and just not rock with nobody.
Yeah.
What's cool? The people I want to be connected with, I'll connect with them.
Hey, shit, right now what you're saying reminded me of my neighbor that would live like 2 houses down. That was my boy. Like every time I come home from school, take the backpack off, go play.
Yeah.
Ride around bikes, go around the neighborhood. When 4 o'clock came around, I hear my mom calling me. Why? Power Rangers.
Oh man.
Power Rangers. But we never admitted it to each other for some fucking reason.
Man, bro, we used to always talk about Power Rangers, yo. Like, what we up in there? It's Morphin time. I mean, everybody like.
First it was Captain Planet with the
Oh yeah.
And then it was Power Rangers, the fucking Morphin.
Yeah. Like I can't even lie. I think when Tommy came out.
The white one or the green one?
The green one.
Okay.
When Tommy came out with the green Ranger, even though he was on the other side, it was cold as Power Ranger. Like I was like, man, I'm out with. Regardless, he got a dragon coming out the water, dog. Regardless.
You didn't want to like him, but like, fuck. And when he turned white, I was like, fuck!
Oh man, this boy leveling up big time.
Yeah, I did the ponytail.
Like, yo, hold on.
Better hair than I did.
Like I was like, all right, Tommy, dog, bro, you came out as the Green Ranger, bro. You had a dagger, dog. Like, bro, all right, bro. So you gonna get the, he gets the sword now? Man, I know. What was it? Red one was, it was Jason. I know Jason was heated. I know Jason, because Jason
taking away his fire,
Jason used to always lose against Tommy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Jason used to always. Jason used to.
Tommy, he had the hair swag.
This fool.
He had the hair swag. It was big.
And then he got the white tiger.
And he was, yes.
Oh man, but like
He just upped it on him.
when they went to the Ninja Rangers, like I was all the way in.
Were you? I couldn't get into
I
it.
dropped out of it.
No, I was like I was there. I was sold already because I like ninjas. So I was like, this makes sense. Like, all right, cool. But after that, I was like,
The thing is now the Space Rangers was after the Ninja Rangers.
yeah, I wasn't rocking with them by that time. Cause like, like I had to accept, like, but during that time we didn't have cable. We didn't have legal cable. So we didn't have legal cable. So, like I would, and we stayed at home a lot. So while we was at home, we had like the free channel schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like during one point in time, you're watching Price is Right during the day. Sometime during the day, you watching like some type of show. It might have been Ricky Lake or whatever. You watching something during that time, and then like once it hit 3 o'clock, first thing starts up is Beetleborgs. You start up with Beetleborgs, and then like you switching channels throughout. You switching from like channel 26 to channel 20 to 39. You switching like all the way up to like it's about 7 o'clock. Then Martin Lawrence come on.
Oh no!
And then
7 is my mama's novelas came on. You can't be watching TV.
You can't touch it.
Nah,
you can't touch it.
After
But
7 was the novelas time, prime time novela time.
oh man,
You can't be fucking with mama's novelas like that.
No.
yeah, I want else. And like. Yeah, luckily we stay with our dad, so
Okay.
and like my dad,
You had to worry about no novelas there.
yeah, no, I had to worry about it. But the thing is, like when we went up to my mom's or my grandmother's house, we used to have a babysitter, and like during that like 11 to like 2 o'clock, right before like they start the whole news wave, we was watching nothing but stories, like the soap operas.
Okay.
So like I knew about all my children, One Life to Live, As the World Turns, Guiding Light. Like we was watching all. It was like what Victor did what? Victor's gonna always be that guy to me. Like Victor was always that guy to me.
I was never familiar with the was that all Days of Our Lives or because it was Days of Our Lives.
As the world turns.
As the World Turns, all my children, and Guiding Light.
Wasn't there like a hospital one?
General Hospital? No, that's late. That's
That was something else?
Something
I
else.
thought it was a hospital.
No, it was a General Hospital too.
Was?
It was a General
It
Hospital.
was one in the
So
afternoon.
I never watched that at all. The novelas to me was all the ones that came out on 45. My mom, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
But is that a continuing story? Because those shows are still on, right?
Yeah.
Is
Some
it a
people,
continuous story?
some people are still
Yeah.
rocking
No
on
Yeah.
that.
shit.
I think
there was an actor that was on there from his teenage years until he got like older.
Wow.
He
It was,
passed away, and it was like he was the guy. I'm familiar with
I think the guy Shamar Moore. I probably not even saying his name
Yes,
right.
Shamar Moore
Shamar Moore.
from Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started in.
Wow.
Yeah, he started like young in those soap operas. Like, and you become the guy. They're focused at like housewife, homemakers.
Yeah.
The home, what I'm saying, women who are at the house during the day.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the big things that really stuck with me in the 90s was commercials.
Yeah.
And then how they directed commercials, because commercials wasn't just directed at the older people, it was directed at the younger people at that point. So when you go into these stores like, hey, I want that, I want that, I want that, and that becomes where kids were pulling stuff, and
You were the cool kid if you had that.
you were the cool kid when you had that, and so
Like the Nerf guns and shit.
the Nerf guns was man, it was everything. I think like I finally hit like this almost cool kid status was during Christmas. So my parents were out. My dad.
The fact that you were not a cool kid, man, it showed character, man. Don't worry about it.
I never knew the concept of a cool kid because I was the one that was always a troublemaker anyway.
Yeah.
So like I would always be the like the crossing guard for like a day or two, and I'll always lose it. I would lose it. Like I would lose it just based on my behavior.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I was always smart. I always made good grades. It was just my behavior. Like
You're bored.
I don't know what it was.
Because you, that's how I see it.
I just think I wanted to defy.
I can take it easy, Therefore, you weren't stimulated. So you were, like your energy, you got the double. That's it.
I always wanted to get in the Montessori school, like, cause like my elementary school, we had like, the regular, and we had Montessori also. They were on the other side. I was like, man, the Montessori kids are having all this fun. I'm like, I'm over here, man. I'm about to cut up. I know I am, man. Lo and behold, by the end of the day, calling my dad, Mr. O'Neill. But nonetheless, the 90s is just so influential in me. It's just, I took in so much of it.
What's your take on the fact that they're so, not like, maybe they're using the whole nostalgia on our, I guess on our age range, but the fact that they're doing so many remakes on things, I'm starting to kind of get like, okay, can you come up with something new and fresh? So they're bringing up a new Rugrats.
Really?
Yes, it's a reboot of the Rugrats, but the characters look so like, it's Tommy, yes, it's Chucky and Angela.
Oh, they're grown though, ain't they?
No, it's not even grown.
No, that was Recess. That was Recess where they
That was supposed to be Recess?
That's something else.
I won't touch it.
Yeah, no, dude.
Whatever,
what I'm saying is like it's cool for them to bring certain things back, but whenever they change it and remake it, to me it's like, come on.
Like some of these Disney movies, I've actually enjoyed. Like I was a little disappointed with Lion King.
I mean, I haven't seen it.
I felt like they rushed it, but it was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I'm not like, I mean, like I haven't seen that. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen Lion King, and just because all that happened, I was part of that first wave to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like it ingrained.
Bro, I remember going to the theater. My mom took me to see Lion King. It was around my birthday in '95.
Yeah, man.
I watched it in Mexico.
Man, I watched it at my homegirl's house because her dad used to pick us up from school because they all stayed in the same apartment complex. Okay. So her dad had like a band, so he'd come and pick us up. Yeah. And we'd just stay over there at their house until like my parents came and got us. And so he had like they had all the Disney movies. Oh, and shout out to my homegirl Alicia. Alicia Ajayi. Your pops, he used to always look at me like, man, I want you by my daughter. He used to always look at me like that. He used to always look at me like that. But that was my homegirl. But anyways.
That's because you used that fucking voice on her, man.
I could have, man.
All right.
Hey, man, get out of my house, man. Get out of my house. Go sit on the porch till your parents come, man.
Why'd your voice change when she walked in? But I was the first. I was the first line of seeing all that. So for me to see it, it's a special part. Like even sometimes when I show my daughter, when my oldest daughter, when she was younger, on the weekends. I'll be at work during the weekends, and her mom worked during the weekends. So my goal was to, I really wanted to show my daughter who I was. Right. So and also I wanted to show her some things that I knew she can probably connect to at that point in time. And a Disney movie.
You want to instill some of you into her. That's your daughter.
I want to do my best, but I don't want to overpower her because I want her to be her own person. Right. But at the same time, I don't want to miss this dope era that she.
Yes. They're just soaking everything in.
They soaking everything in. So we used to. I got a hella Disney movies. And like every morning we'd get up and watch Disney movies. And we watch The Little Mermaid. We watch, cause I watched The Little Mermaid when I was younger. I ain't gangster say I ain't seen The Little Mermaid. I watched that. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Whole New World. I watched that. I wasn't singing it like that.
It's different when you start singing, man.
Nah, I wasn't singing it. I was too player.
That voice on me, Chris.
Nah, I was way too player to sing it at the same time. I was like, I know how you feel, Ariel. I know how you feel. So I relate to you.
So you connected more with Ariel, okay.
I'd be singing the crab parts, just under the sea.
Yeah. That was my boy.
I practiced,
I'm sorry, baby. But hey, it was a really good time. So I was very touchy about me going to see it. I know my daughter wanted to go see both Aladdin and Lion King, but I made sure to do it. Like, I didn't want to input myself. Like, I'm gonna come see it with y'all.
So when it comes to your brand, how do you pick and choose what, you know, logos or what part of the 90s you want to tap into?
We like when I look at I think about the things that influence me, you know, like these little small little tidbits. So with the Lucas design, it was this, me and my little brother, we used to always go to this corner store, and the dude let us work. We used to always ask him, yo, can we work for you? And he's like, all right, cool, yeah, I can work for us. And so we broke down boxes and swept up around the place. He gave us $20.
Okay.
And so my brother, he got chips and soda. And I always saw the Lucas, but you know, when I was younger, I ain't just had like bread, you know, so I had like a couple dollars. So when you got a couple dollars, you just not really, you getting the stuff you know you like.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
You don't want to splurge. You ain't gotta,
Like, hey,
fool around with it.
it's not time to be risky right now, dog. You know what I'm saying? Get what you need.
Don't
like,
hurry me right now.
Cause like you be over there trying to stretch that last 50 cent, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. You been, you know, in the front, you got those little sour fruit straps.
You're going
like
you're going
bro,
to the 10-cent section.
Yeah, let me get one of them. Let me get a Chico stick to it, man. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get it. You trying to
Is that
stretch.
a lemon head? Let me get that.
I need everything, man. You try to stretch your money as much as possible. You try to be really mindful of the money you got. You want to get the most bang for your buck. But you know, I had a whole $10 piece right there at this point. So I was just like, man, I'm gonna try this Lucas. The first time I tried
Took a risk.
I took a risk.
Was it the powder one that you tried, or was it the?
It was the one that was in.
Because they got different things.
It was like the one. It was like the sweet salty Lucas.
Yeah.
The sweet salty one. The one in the blue. The baby Lucas. The baby Lucas.
Okay.
That's funny that we're talking about this because you called me out last episode when I was trying the salsa like Lucas. I poured it on my hand and I'm like,
Okay.
she's like, what are you doing? Like, you eating Lucas?
Yeah. And then I also tried the one with the pump where you pull it down.
Yeah. I preferred that over the gooey one over the powder, but they were still good.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
And you know, like now, and then what actually brought that up into like a design was that I was just thinking about Lucas. I was like, yo, you know, I haven't seen it in a while, and I saw that it got banned. It was banned.
Really?
It was banned in the States because it was
FDA.
Yeah, because it was messing up people's stomach a lot.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
It gave little kids like ulcers, and because it was just so acidic.
It was so.
They're just eating so damn much of it, I'm sure.
Well,
They didn't
yeah,
get
it's like
fucked
the
up.
hot Cheetos. They could get banned, but who's gonna let their kid eat so much?
Man, I'm sure
Who goes-
Cheetos is a much bigger brand that they wouldn't even let it happen.
Seriously, who's gonna start Frito-Lay? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we made Frito pies, fam.
So is it trademark? So it's not trademarked. The fact that you're able to use it,
So the thing is,
or did you alter it, or what?
Oh yeah, it's most definitely altered.
Oh, okay,
It's most
okay.
definitely altered.
Okay.
I wasn't go. Nah.
What challenges is there with that?
With this right here, really nothing. Just really sitting down and talking to my artists like, yo, this is what I want. This kind of things we want to change. You know what I'm saying? And I let them know that, yo, I might send them the whole Lucas design. Like, yo, we gotta switch this up big time.
Okay.
And, you know, and let them do their thing.
Okay.
And just really trust the people that's making your design.
So, question: If God forbid, Lucas company, whatever comes and say, hey, that's ours. You can literally say like, no, it's not.
No, I'll be like, yo, this is not y'all design,
Okay.
man. We didn't change more than 30% on it.
Oh, okay. That's the question. 'Cause we don't know.
Is there a limit?
70-30. You know,
Okay.
but at the same time, you know, like, and the thing is, there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
And that's why I tell myself, because like one of my homies asked me, I was like, bro, what, somebody taking money your design? I was like, you know, let me tell you something, man. These designs came out of my head. You know what I'm saying? And while you taking the design that's already out there, I already got 15 more on the way.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like you ain't taking nothing that's, you know, that hasn't been done.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like you ain't taking nothing new. You just say, I mean, of course you can get everything copyrighted and all that, but you gotta make sure when you do copywriting and you go through that route, you gotta make sure it's a big seller.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure it's making you big bread.
Copyright
because
is not cheap.
Make
it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's only at this point I only have I might be working on the third one, but I got 2 designs copyrighted.
Okay.
And so, but
Good for you, man.
And you know, sometimes like it's been in this role in my clothing company, I have made a lot of sacrifices for it. So, but it's my passion.
Right.
You know what
and you're
I'm saying?
having fun with it too.
Oh man, every time, every pop-up, every person I get to tell about my brand.
What I like about it is that you have more than just one design. You have more than just one visual. You have like, you know, I walked around different vendors, clothing vendors, and I feel like, you know, there's one brand that they specialize on the Texas symbol or on the whole astronaut, the space city stuff, you know. But I feel like with yours, what I found interesting was you focused more on the name of your brand, and then when it comes to the visuals, you're all over the place. Like you have the, you know, the 90s thing, but I found funny enough, you know, the whole, what is it, showing booty all across. I'm sorry,
the showing naked ass in the great
there you go. I was like, that's bold.
Yeah,
that's bold, man.
I think that was like the first one.
Was it?
That's on the Instagram, right?
That's on IG. That's on IG. And
I remember getting the sticker and I was like, that's very bold. Can I have 3?
and like that right there, that just comes from, so the verse, it comes from a song with DJ Screw and Lil Kiki, 3 in the morning.
Okay.
So and
there you go.
And I remember back when I was, you know,
Arthur Kiki, huh?
wait, he's actually that's Bun B. That's Bun B.
No, I thought Lil Kiki was from Port Arthur.
No, he's from Hershwood. He's from that area that my parents, my grandparents stayed at. So like, I was in it. And I remember me going. Like this was like probably like one of the first time I heard DJ Screw, and I remember we was going to my grandparents' house, and I remember, like, you know how you listening to songs and you listening to stuff and you listen to music and you know it's music and you don't really jump into the lyrics right then and there, but like you start understanding what the lyric says, and then it starts registering in your head. And that's what happened. It was like it was a complete sync, and that's when it synced. Showing naked ass in the great state of Texas, home of the players. So it's never been no place. As long as we've been waiting, never ever hating. In Houston we elbows, and Cadillac dating. You know what I'm saying?
I am dressed too professional for this.
No. Stop that.
Undoes one button.
Can't do more.
And so, like, when I heard that, I remember where I was the first time I heard that.
Wow.
We were exiting 610.
Backseat of a Yukon.
It wasn't really that part of the backseat of a fucking like a Nissan.
Volkswagen.
It was the backseat. Man, my dad used to have
My mom had a Datsun.
My pops used to have us stuffed in that car, like somebody sitting in the back of the hatchback. You know, somebody sitting in the trunk, like. But
hold on, when you take a turn, hold on, rookie.
I used to love getting that backseat in that trunk part. I want to go around them all the time. This is the only time I get to separate myself from y'all ass. You know what I'm saying?
My aunt had a Volkswagen, a Buick Volkswagen, the whole brown panel, like wood panel.
Oh yeah.
I love right in the back of that shit.
Oh man, like
no seatbelts, no world. Yeah, I'm rolling around back. Yeah, good time.
I remember we used to. My mom had got my dad a Ford Taurus, the station wagon, and my dad. We used to. My dad's from Bay City, so that's like south, like going towards Matagorda, like basically going 288 south, and then exiting 35 and going a little further towards Matagorda Bay. But we used to drive out there at night because my pops probably had a warrant or some shit. And you know what I'm saying?
It's funny how now you kind of know that's why.
Like Pop out of him.
You pieced it together.
Yeah, like man, like Pop out riding dirty, the place will probably fucking expired. You know, probably.
Did he ever get caught?
And then my pops ever got caught, like man, I got my kids in the car, man.
That's why I ride with my dog, man.
Like nah, man, you can't take me, man.
Let me tell you, man, my dog has saved me from all my dogs.
Shout out.
Shout out to my dog Sammy. Go bitch right there.
Yo, what's up, Sammy? You make this happen. We used to ride to the country, and it was a station wagon, so on the back, that when if you lay down, you can just ride and just see the night air, see the stars and everything.
Nice.
It was always clear when we did some cool stuff like that. But that design, it really came from it came from that song. And I had and one of the key things that really made that design was the butt. I literally was in a whole think tank of friends, like making additions to that butt, like changing it, because
how many did it take? How many friends did it take?
Probably about 10.
Really?
It's about 10.
All guys, or they had some females in there too?
You know what? At the end,
because you have to have some female. Like,
at the end, like I needed some female approval.
Right.
I needed some female approval. So, but initially it was it started with my homeboy Jerry. He was like, "Nah, bro, you gotta do way more to that ass."
I need something I can grab.
And then, you know what I'm saying? And so after that, he was like, "Nah, you gotta do this. You gotta have the curve." And then he had somebody in the car, and he was like, "Hey, come out the car. Turn around." See, he was like, "Turn around." He's like, "This is what it's supposed to look like. You see this right here?" I was like, "All right, bro." But that's my dog. But he
scratch, next page, start over.
Yeah, I mean, but it was almost like a think tank.
Yeah.
A think tank. But when it came out, it was like the intro for the $1 Million Man. Like, you're gonna make the best man possible.
There you go.
Of the body. You know what I'm saying? Like,
best booty possible.
The best booty possible. And everybody's like, yo, that's a nice ass. It's properly. It has the right curves. Got the little dimple in the back. Like
depth.
Yeah.
That's what I like to call it.
It was, and then just the thigh gap. Everything was perfect. Like and then
that's what got me, honestly. I was browsing and I saw that. I love it. We're getting him on.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's bold. You don't see people venturing out like that. And because there could be a drawback.
It could be,
Have you gotten a drawback?
Oh yeah, I've got ugly face,
yeah.
Well, it's just not for you.
Right.
Just like that.
Yeah. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the flack? I guess.
Well, it just it comes with the game. It comes with the game.
Not everybody's gonna like everything you play.
Yeah, but not everybody ventures out to it. I mean, most people play it safe.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, you gotta know what you're getting into when you buy it. I mean, if you buy it, I don't expect nobody just to get something and put it in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't got that kind of money. Like, I'm rocking something. If I spend my money on it, I'm rocking it. Regardless.
Yeah.
And
I'll put money in for something that's more bold and very different.
If you want to stand out.
Then if I want to just fit the mold.
Because it feels good too whenever you're wearing shirts. Because occasionally I'll buy certain things and I'll wear, like, I bought a couple shirts from a brand called Two in the Shirt. They don't exist anymore.
Tits. Yeah, man.
So I mean, their stuff is way out there. Yeah. Some of them is like just X-rated almost, and it's like
you get people coming up to you and like, hey,
when you hear that, hey man, that's a nice shirt right there. It's like, well, appreciate it. I mean, you had nothing. Me, in my case, I had nothing to do with making the shirt, but the fact that.
But you're part of the brand,
right?
You're part of the brand because.
And then what's the other brand that started doing something similar to Popular
Demand?
Popular Demand.
Yeah, Popular Demand. I think that might have been a rollout for tits.
Really?
I'm not sure. Let me not say that.
I don't think so. I think so because Tits ended up. He stopped doing his stuff, and then he came back with his brand Wifey. Because he had his own thing. Okay. Like a. It wasn't even a brand. It was just.
It was a design, right? It was
one of the lines. Yeah. And then now I think he came back as Wifey.
Oh, okay.
So it's strictly like just. Well, not even that. He still does a lot of women's stuff. But he'll still have occasionally one female on there with Wifey on it, and she's all all out.
Which I thought that was really.
I loved it.
It was impressive.
Like the ones that I got, they were fucking dope.
You wouldn't put one with the other, but he made it.
Yeah.
Because
it's better. I liked it.
It's just you gotta adjust for time. Just I don't believe every woman who's video vixen or whatever, like they can't be a wifey. You know what I'm saying? That you got. Sometimes you gotta be at a different point in your life, Sometimes they on hustle mode, and they ain't really. Hey, I ain't trying to be wiped up, you know what I'm saying? But if you still got that body, you know what I'm saying, at a point in time, and me now, I want a chick that got a little history, you know what I'm saying? I want you to know you've been through some things at this point. You know what I'm saying?
It makes them that much stronger.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
They don't want to accept weakness either.
Yeah, like I want to make sure you know that, you know what I'm saying, you've been through some stuff, so you're not completely green. Right. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to get through it. No matter which side you was on, I need you to know some stuff because You know what I'm saying? People don't get their trust out like that no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like that's important because when you meet people like that, you know, when people go through stuff, not only do you know that they can get through it, but that person has had that type of confidence in them. It's built their character. Yeah. And whatever you got in your past, they can handle it as well.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It just shows growth. You know, you always want to. Me, I'm a person of growth. I believe in it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I believe you have to have. If you ain't growing, then you know you ain't showing. You know you only know if a flower, you know, is a flower by the growth. You know, you got to see the petals. You got to see
the thorns.
You got to see the thorns. The thorns come with them. You know, and it's just part of it.
Right.
It's just part of that flower, but it don't take away from the beauty.
What are your thorns, man? Because we talk about girls, we talk about your successes, we talk about, you know, past nostalgia, 90s, but what have been drawbacks, whether it comes to the brand or as a person?
Really, sometimes I can say when I first started my brand, I was like, this was me actually like noticing what a passion was. Okay. So a lot of what they came in and like I had my daughter, and my daughter was always just like right next to me.
Wait, before we get to that.
What's up?
Sorry, let me backtrack. What did you study for? Up in University of North Texas.
University of North Texas. Even before that, I've always been an accounting major. This is gonna sound a little bit weird, but when I went to Yates, right here across the street, and I used to do this UIL accounting. So like, you know how they had like the debate teams and stuff like that, and like you compete. I used to do like that in accounting. Nice. So like I've been vetted out to be an accountant. Yeah. And
were you ever in like the whole junior achievement program?
No, I didn't do the junior achievement.
Okay.
Like I think I found out about that late. I don't know. A lot of people, like when I graduated, they was like, Chris, you're not in the top 10. I was like, yeah, I was bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
You gotta fake it till you make it.
Like, you know, like it was just like so many people expecting me to be in the top 10. Yeah. Because you know, but they was like, I
you were
can't
so
believe
invested in it.
And you know, it was just kind of personal. I was like, you know, it wasn't. I was like, nah, I was bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I was sitting there, like being in like the top 20, top 22. And I was just like, man, I could have, because like all my friends, everybody that graduated with, all of my friends in my circle, they was top 10. They was everybody. So I was just fucking around. But I can say, I graduated. I've always been an accounting major. I took when I went to U of H. That's where I graduated from, U of H Central, right here.
Okay.
Can you get these bill collectors to stop calling me? Like,
man, hey, say, bro. I got to take that same struggle, bro. Hey, you know what? Check this out. We gonna get on a payment plan. If y'all want this payment plan, y'all ain't gonna get it. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm trying to give y'all something. I ain't gonna give y'all what y'all want because that don't vibe with me right now. I understand that's mine. I understand that's my obligation, but hey, we get on a payment plan. You get it, and see the thing I'm learning now. I said their goal most likely if they're calling you, they trying to get some money off you. Yeah. They trying to get some. I was like, okay, so y'all call me to tell me what I need to do, right? Yeah. So y'all call me to for y'all to give me y'all terms, but I can't give you my terms. And if I'm actually agreeing to pay for it, right, and y'all not okay with that, I was like, okay, hey, just remember this call is being monitored by somebody else who's recording it. So just let this know when y'all get off the phone and your manager gets off the phone, your manager hears this, they happen to hear this, just know that you're talking to somebody who's trying to make a payment, just not what y'all want to do.
That's true.
Hey, so if you don't want to do nothing, cool, we can get off the phone, stop wasting my time. I'm cool with it, but hey, I'm not saying I'm not gonna pay
it. I should have had you as a friend back then.
Hey, it might come up again.
They can call you Chris. Hand him a lightweight.
How you doing? This is Chris O'Neal.
Put that voice on, Chris.
Hey, how you doing? How can I help you?
Take my money, Chris.
How can I help you? So you gonna give us a what discount? Okay then. Okay. Well, let's get it. Like,
some more drink after that talk.
I was like, well, I'm gonna give you this Cash App account. So you can go and grab the first 15 out here. so I can give me another 45 days when y'all call me back again. Mr. O'Neal, we tried to hit your card one more time. Yeah, I don't got no more bread on that one. Give me another
chance.
Give me another 2 months, man. I got you. But nah, I'm joking, man. But I really try to make sure like I've always been. I'm trying to go back to my brand so much. Me as a person, I've always been in accounting.
Okay.
And I've always explored that. I graduated with an accounting degree. I'm still trying to use that. I think one of the hardest parts right now is just like me being in the passion of Especial, but also still having those real world obligations.
Right.
You know, I have 2 girls now. I have an 8-year-old and I have a 1.5 years.
Nice.
And what a gap, Lord Jesus. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm doing this again. Because after like a 3-year gap between kids, you asking questions like, yo, am I really doing this again? Like you going through the whole process.
You got some advice? I got a 1-month-old girl.
Man,
right.
bro, man, just keep it close to you. Just let her see you, your ups and your downs. Let her see you smile a lot, bro. Spend a lot of time with her. You know, play all the music you like playing with your daughter.
What's a good time gap for him?
Man,
what would you recommend?
3 years max, man.
That's what she's saying. I'm telling her, like, hey, come on, let's bang it out right now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
but then her argument too is because she and it's gonna be more of a burden on her because of course I'm talking about right now. So that would be what a 1.5, 2-year-old with a newborn.
Oh, bro, don't do that to her.
So so then she's like, you know, let's give it at least 3 years.
Yeah.
And then also like, cause like once my daughter turned 4, bro, she was like independent, dog.
Yeah.
She was completely independent.
Nice.
She'd be like, Dad, I'm going to, you know, she get up in the morning, you know, I'll try to, you know, I'm really big on like.
You cry on the first day of school?
No, I didn't cry on the first day of school, man. To be honest, but I was
Second day.
I was super excited. So with me being
Bye, Daddy. Okay.
Well, and the thing is, she went to daycare before, so we was already in the motion. But I think one of the things I was super psyched about was my baby being able to wear a pair of Cortez at school. Because back when I was young, you know, you couldn't wear them Cortez. Them gangster nights. You can't. No, my dad was like, you're not wearing gangster nights. I'm not getting them.
Wait,
know?
so are you dressing her up like 90s and stuff?
Man, I try to. Yes, I can't even. I can't even lie. My baby always had like, you know, when she was younger, my daughter when she was younger, she always had like the Griffies, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I just remember right now?
Man, like
what I just remember right now, and it'll be, maybe you can do it, maybe you can't. I don't know, like legal aspect, but what came back to mind was, I remember a shirt that I had growing up where it was Bugs Bunny and okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Some on the way. Some on the
Man.
way. Okay. Let's stop, y'all. Hey, y'all heard it. Y'all
gotta keep an eye out.
Y'all heard it.
Hey, put me down for one. Just put me down for one.
Yo, Trivial, we out here, bro. We out here, dog.
2X, 1X, man, and a little 1-year-old shirt.
So
that's awesome.
So and that's been my goal right now. Like I have a lot of friends that's been having babies, and you know, like I have children, and I told myself I need to get into like you know, I need to print some kids gear. Now I've done like my daughter. She always had like a little one-on-one design, you know, something like that. Yeah. But I told myself I need to do that more because now the thing is a lot of things that I have 2 daughters now, and I have a daughter who's still wearing onesies. And like she might wear a couple t-shirts now, but I want my babies to be able to rock what their dad is rocking. You know what I'm saying? Or just have some options of having some of their dad designs on their shirts.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that's your best promotional figure.
Yeah, they so cute.
Because family pays, man. What I was telling him, it's like, I think it's maybe our age, our generation or whatnot, but I mean, I'm not having kids, but everybody around us either has kids, has had kids, or is planning to have kids.
Yup.
Right now, the family thing is selling. It's a selling point right there.
It's a selling point, and the thing is, like, people want to support more.
Yeah. But you know what? I feel like even marriage, like I feel like 10 years ago, marriage is a 51% divorce rate and blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, even though, yes, people are getting married later, that's less divorce rate.
Yeah, because they ain't playing around. They ain't playing around. Like they know what they want.
And family is selling. 10 years ago, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I can totally see how, you know, society has changed, trends have changed.
Yeah.
Times change, but at the same time, you gotta tap into what's coming. I really feel families is gonna be banging, man.
Yeah, no, family is always banging. Sometimes you gotta know just those points in life where you know it has to be on an individual aspect. Of course, like, you know, those super long, you know, relationship, you know, high school sweethearts roll out to like in the 30s, you know, it's a high rate of everybody divorcing because it's so much growth that happens in between 16 and those 30s and just doing,
I would say mid-20s, man.
And even between that, because especially if you gotta think about the filters you go through. College is a whole filter. College changes your mind on a lot of things you see.
Which is real life hits you.
And real life hits you. You run across personalities that may change how you look at what you see in that person you've been with for a very long time.
Or in yourself.
Or even in yourself.
Yeah.
You might see some change, and some people are not willing to
grow with you,
grow with you, or even show them the other person that you are changing, that you are growing. So, and I think that's one of the big things with long-term relationships. You end up losing that person because one person is growing and you're not showing. Right. You're not showing another person that you're growing. You're not showing like one person.
So you're changing on yourself, like by yourself.
You're changing on yourself by yourself, and you're not pulling that other person in.
Right.
You have to. If you plan on, if you and people don't really understand what forever is until you after you get past 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you know what forever. You know what the concept of forever is. It's a beautiful concept. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're 16, because you know you don't understand the concept of time.
Right.
But once you get past 30, you know what I'm saying, you get your time multiplied by how much you actually get paid per hour.
Right.
And then you know how much time you gotta sleep. You know what I'm saying? They like all these other things that come in, like time you gotta spend with friends.
You know
like
what threw that into perspective to a degree? The movie Limitless? No, not Limitless.
Oh, bro, I love Limitless, man.
Limitless is a good one, but no, it's that other one. The one that Justin Timberlake. I think it's Justin Timberlake, where like you get paid by years, like years of life, and like it comes up here like a.
Oh, so like the longer you live,
like wealthy people have like thousands of years and stuff, and like poor people like they have like 1 or 2 years of life left, and like you pay with time, and it's like it's literally it's a metaphor, but it's literal. Like I mean, no, it's I think it's Justin Timberlake. I'm trying to.
I didn't know Justin
Timberlake only had that one movie where he was a gangster and stuff.
I don't know. I'm gonna look at. I didn't know Justin Timberlake even did any acting.
Time.
Yeah, he
Limitless.
He did one movie where he was a fucking gangster.
Okay, it makes sense. JT gangster. I mean, I get it.
But what it was is like what you're saying. It's like you pay for things with time of your life.
Yeah, time is everything times time.
In time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's money times time. It's something times time. And you got, in the same time, you got to be, you know, you grow throughout and you start thinking about things you want that the person is not giving you.
That's the name of the movie. In time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
what
dope.
year was that?
In 11.
Oh.
Man,
in 11.
There you go.
Hey, man,
in the future where time is money and the wealthy can live forever, a poor man who, Justin Timberlake's character, who was a poor man who rarely has more than a few days worth of life left. So literally, like when you go get paid, you don't get money, you get time of life.
Wow.
And like wealthy people, they look young. They just look, I think it was like their 30s, like really wealthy people, they don't look past their 30, or nobody does, something like that. So like you got super wealthy people that are walking around and they're thousands of years old, but they don't age, and like it's because they have a lot of time. So like it's literally on your arm, and that's how you pay. Like
I never even heard of it.
It's a really good movie. Yeah, it is a pretty good movie. I mean, not according to Rotten Tomatoes, but whatever. No, but that's it touched base on what you're talking about. Like, you know, you pay for the time that you have. Like you start valuing the time you have left, especially when you hit your 30s.
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely learned. So like, you know, right now how busy I am, you know, with my job and with my passions and the time I get to spend with my daughters, I'm always like forward thinking or thinking about the next thing. I have to tell myself, I gotta live in the now with them because that's the only time. Really, now is the only time that really matters.
Right.
You know, the past is the past. You can't get that back. The future is unknown.
Right.
So all you get is now.
Right.
So I guess one of the things I can tell you to do with your daughter is just make sure you're living in the now with her.
Trying to enjoy it, man, because shit, like she turns 4 weeks Monday, dude, and it's like she's already outgrown her newborn clothes, and I know
So fast,
it's crazy, and it's a beautiful thing, and we've tried to keep in perspective. Like I gotta take in what's happening now, and like. My wife, she'll send me pictures of her while she's there at home, and it's like
saving pictures.
it's one of those things, like that's her right there. Like it's one of those things where it's like, I hate it because it's like, man, I want to go home, man. Like I'm sitting there working, it's like, man, I want to go home.
But you know, she'll get this later, man, because the girl be have to like. So one of the big things I like to do, I like to include my daughters in my stuff. So I bring them to my pop-up.
Nice.
I bring them to my pop-up so they get to see their dad. You know what I'm saying? My oldest daughter, she been to a lot of pop-ups when I was just like first getting out there and doing pop-ups. Yeah. And I'll be like, big girl, you want to help your daddy out? Help daddy out? Like she like, cool. And so I'll give her some stickers, just showing naked ass stickers because my daughter understands who I am compared to my art. So she's not making any decisions about. She knows me as her dad. Right. So you know, she'll pass out some stickers. I'll be like, here you go, baby girl. And give us some stickers, and she go around the whole market, passing out stickers and telling everybody what my table is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you gotta teach your kids how to hustle.
That's awesome, man. Because that shows a role model right there. Because obviously she's gonna be like, well, my dad's doing this and he's hustling, so
oh yeah, I'm
gonna have to do something.
Well, going back to time, do you have a 9 to 5 or?
I do have a 9 to 5. I'm an accountant, so you know.
Oh, okay, so you are an accountant.
Using
I'm
that
an accountant.
Nice.
I'm using it. You know what I'm saying? I do want to get to a point where I can leverage out, you know, what I'm putting into Especial right now, and you know, Especial is making enough where I can be like, all right, cool. You know, I can fade back from accounting. You know, because it's a skill. Like if you know it, then you know it. You gonna know it forever. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't step back from it. Once you out there, you always out there. It's almost like making your first sex tape and putting it on Pornhub. You can't pull it off.
I don't know how that feels. How does that feel?
I have no idea.
Oh, I was gonna say, let me find out.
I have no idea.
Chris, Especial special.
It might be a couple shirts out there somewhere. Like
we got that voiceover. We introduced you to.
I don't know.
Hey, you got it up, Chris. You got it. Don't be putting it on me. Just because I'm subscribed to it doesn't mean it.
One follower.
Okay.
I'll be over there on my avatar, me taking a picture in the mirror.
Talking like you know, Craig. You talking like you know, man.
That's Chris on Pornhub.
Hey,
you have an account out there?
Hey, there's always a way.
We're gonna use your voice on it, okay?
Y'all let me know. What y'all need. I do all the intros. I be making it sound like a damn epic is about to start.
Oh shit.
Hey, what's going on? This is your boy, the podcast tonight.
It's about to go down, y'all.
Putting that sexy voice on there, okay? Mr. Drake voice over there.
Hey, y'all stay tuned.
Woo!
We'll be back at you.
Juicy, Bad Bunny,
I need to do it again, but on the mic.
Hey, y'all stay tuned. But yeah, like you know, once the U.S. became the world power, you can't back out from it. It's no such thing as isolationism. You out there, and you just gotta be out there. And you know, we can't separate ourselves from the world right now. I mean, we have all our incomes and everything is based on us being in a global economy. We are in
everybody's dependent on everyone.
We all, you know, we doing NAFTAs and stuff like that. Like we got so many, and you know, us beefing with China at any point in time right now is not clear at all. When China makes all of our stuff.
Well, even the ecological issue, man. I feel like if we don't get on top of this, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like
people don't believe in that shit. Like that blows my mind.
I still don't understand. I don't understand the arguments that people do. Where like, who the fuck would benefit from fabricating
Like for real.
global warming. Like who does that truly benefit? Nobody.
It benefits no one. It's like, yo,
We've been knowing when we grew up thinking, oh, we have 80 years to the point of no return. Now we're at a point where like
We passed that bitch up a couple fucking years ago.
We got 5 years to the point of no return, and there's still motherfuckers who don't believe it.
Right.
Man, that's scary.
Yeah, it's and the thing is
It's not science. It's not like we're lying. It's not being fabricated.
Right.
and like this shit is really happening, fam.
Yes.
Like
And you
now,
see it.
And like now we have data to show. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people probably thought it was talk. You know what I'm saying? But now you have data. Somebody's like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna stop doing all this motherfucking talking. I'm gonna bring numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They ignore it though, because even it's not on Netflix anymore. But what's that remake that Neil deGrasse Tyson did?
Into the
Space Time. Yeah,
Into the
Cosmic. Yeah, Into the Cosmos. No, so he made a remake of
Like in
Carl
the 80s?
Sagan's original Into the Cosmos, which was like in the
80s.
80s,
70s or 80s.
70s or 80s.
Oh shit.
And then Neil deGrasse Tyson did a remake, but of course with like new topics or
His way of talking.
yeah,
He has a
beautiful
good way-
fucking.
yeah,
You know,
he has a good way of-
he does a killer deep voice, and so he has that. He has it on point.
Sorry, Chris. I think yours is good too.
Hey,
It's getting there.
it's cool. It's cool. I have no problem being.
I'm gonna get that Bugs Bunny shit.
But when he talks about, hey, you can't talk about that. Keep it on low. Keep it on low. So he did one of the episodes that he did was talking about like in the 80s, there was talk about that, and like the major brands communicated between the car manufacturers and the petroleum, and they slashed it. Like they said, hey, they put all kind of dirt on it, like no, this is fake, and they hired their scientists to debunk it and to say no, this is not real. So then,
Kind of like the cigarette companies
yeah,
back in the 90s.
It's kind of like the sugar companies too.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Money
these
talks.
doctors are-
Money talks. NRA nowadays.
Man, that shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? To have all these lobbyists, but you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, it's kind of hard to talk about money. You know, complain about money talking, and we live in the land of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like we just understand. Sometimes you gotta understand the game, man.
I think it gets overwhelming, but the good thing about America is it's all about action as well.
Yeah, action.
You can have the money putting in your pockets, but at the end of the day, if you have 1,000 people speaking against it, you know, that's what's great about America. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, because the freedom of speech.
the freedom of speech of it. Yeah.
The freedom of speech. Sometimes, you know, especially in other countries, you don't get that kind of. That is a luxury.
Yes.
That is a luxury, freedom of speech, and sometimes people just kind of go by, and that's what really with the election process. That's part of the freedom of speech because a lot of people wasn't able to do that. I know, shit, 50 years ago, it was especially for African Americans, it was a
lot of evolution.
They go down there and kill you before you fucking be able to put a vote in, and then they might also take your vote and throw that motherfucker away.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, it's still really a lot of power out here that we're not using just because people has been so disenfranchised.
Lost faith in the whole system.
You lose faith in the system. It's almost like, man, why am I doing this? I'm not gonna win anyway.
That's what I hear, especially here in Texas. Like it's like some people will say like, what am I gonna vote for if this is red state? Like there's no point in voting. It's like no, like you still have to put your voice out there. At least help make the blimp on the map where they're like, whoa, all right.
There's a shift going on.
There's something going on.
Shout out, it's the women, especially in Texas.
Yeah.
The women, man. The women, they so much power behind that, man. I can see why dudes were really not wanting women to come out there and like really push that vote. They got power, bro. Women, I can't wait to see the first female president. We need it. We need some grace out there right now. You know, because we got a lot of shit to clean up, and I just feel like a woman and a woman's style. That's just what we need. Sometimes you gotta go on what you need, not what you want.
Yeah.
It's so much out a woman just in the concept of all the stuff their body goes through, and to be able to still kind of get in the game and play. That shit crazy. I can never be a woman. I'll be the worst woman ever. I know. And I said, like,
You be better than me, man.
I respect that, man.
I
Cause
be
shit.
laying up on the ground. I can't do shit.
I got
I
current.
said, oh my god, fuck this shit. I can't do nothing.
Nah, dude, crowns fucking kill you, man.
Oh, I
I'll tell you
respect
one thing.
that, man.
I'll put
Cause
any
like
guy,
my
bitch,
wife was up and walking around like the week after, and I was like, I saw what the fuck you just went through. Like how the.
You just pushed the whole life out of
Nah,
there.
and he was put out there in the front.
And I'm sitting there
row.
carrying it, I'm like, this came out of like what the fuck?
And his wife is tiny, man.
Yeah, she bounced back like nothing. I was like, man,
That's crazy, man. But and you know, I think we just need that. We need some real warriors like out there. Like women don't get out of, you know. Well, I mean, they do now, but back in the game when they really had to fight for rights, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, what?
it was 100 years ago before their votes actually
Man, that
counted.
severance movement was real, man. And then the thing is, like, so I do like to read or really like to listen because I be on my Audible like super thick. But I actually listen to like Hugh Hefner's. I mean, it was just. Hey,
I was not thinking of Hugh Hefner at all.
you gotta go. Like, really, I'm the type of person I go on with what actually, you know, like
Resonates with you?
It resonates in what I'm attracted to.
Okay.
Like I'm all based on attraction. I'm all based on attraction, and just like how he was part. Believe it or not, y'all wouldn't know, but Hugh Hefner was part of the severance movement.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. Playboy.
Okay.
Mr. Playboy was part of the severance
I didn't
movement.
know.
I could see it.
And the
I could
thing
see it.
is, like, you know, because
Was it before he was big, or was it around the time he was
no,
big?
it was when he was big.
When he was big?
Big.
Yeah, I'm sure his
Playboy,
money had influence
Like
to do it, I'm sure.
like Playboy Mansion big. Like he
Really?
already had like his first Playboy Mansion out there. Like he was
Dang.
still dropping Playboy. And you know, of course, you still have to push back from a lot of women, but sometimes you got to understand with a woman, it's just, you know, that's a, you know, it's they're like completely, you know, it's. I just get it. I understand the power of a woman. So with that being said, I respect it. You
There
know
you
what I'm saying?
go.
I respect it.
Yes.
It's respect. It's respect. So, you know what I'm saying? Like if you have a man, like after a while you get tired of dudes running shit. Like, all right, bro, this shit whack. Like I'm a guy. Like, yo, this shit whack, bro. Like we've been running.
It's
We need
what
something
do they say? The
This whole
definition of
conversation
insanity.
reminds me of
Yeah,
that.
man. Yeah, exactly. Doing the same thing over and over again. I'm like, all right, dog.
This whole conversation reminds me of that song by Kanye, Power.
Man.
No man should be given that much power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and with that, I think it was. I'm not sure what he was referring to because like that can go so much. That can go into the concept of just anybody with a high, you know, because you can even touch like a religious type of like a touch with that because you can be referring to Jesus.
Yeah.
So when thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it, the concept of Jesus is like, yo, like my dad is like really God, fam. Like I am God on earth. You know, like can you imagine having that type of stressor? You know what I'm saying? All these fine women walking around. You can't go in no strip clubs. You can't go, you know, you can't go wild out. You can't go get drunk. But I can make wine, but I can't drink none with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have a good time. I'm gonna watch y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause you know, when he did the, you know, wine to the water, he was at a celebration when he did that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta move with a different heart to be able to, you know, to be the bartender and not drink. You know, like you know, like you.
I'm not gonna take a 6-pack and not drink. Like I'm
gonna get a sip of something. I'm gonna get a beer, bro. You know what I'm saying? This community, but I'm gonna go in there and get mine. But I mean, but
It's true.
it's just, you know. That concept, like that's a lot of responsibility. You gotta be a hell of a person to have that. And then it's like, you know what, y'all?
It's hard though.
I think it's just hard being a human.
Yeah, you know, and you
It's
know what's
hard being
happened to
human.
that? I don't know if you've ever seen it. I know we're getting way off track, but the Stanford experiment.
Shit, we talking.
It used to be on Netflix, but it's a movie.
I've never heard of it.
I suggest y'all look into it. Stanford experiment.
Okay.
It started off as a college course,
Okay.
and this guy, I want to say he's a sociologist. I don't know what, I can't remember the details.
All right.
But his class made a project over the summer. He was gonna have inmates and officers and make a mock jail.
I've heard of it, but let's keep on going. Let's keep on going.
No, I'm just telling. I don't want to give it all away.
Yo, I do know the Stanford experiment.
Okay.
But let's keep on talking. Let's keep on talking.
It's real inmates?
It happened in real life. Okay. No, they weren't real. They made a mock.
Okay, so
jail.
the students and
They
were assigned.
They
took the role.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had they did a background, like a one-on-one, kind of like let me judge you what kind of person you are.
This shit give me chills,
So
yo.
you were assigned either to be a jailer or an inmate. Dog, I watched the whole thing. What really, really like shook me to my core was at the end, the interviews. After everything was done, they interviewed both the inmates and the jailers, and the answers and the questions that they were given is like, what I took from it was, when you give someone power, you're basically, their mentality is, all right, I got all this power. Let me see how far I can take it before I get told to stop.
I think I recall something of it. They built the thing and everything, right?
Yes.
Like, okay, I don't know how I saw it.
Watch it, because the mentality of what it does to you as a person. You can be a cool ass dude. You can be a greatest motherfucker ever. When you're given certain amount of power, you never know, certain amount of money.
Yeah.
You're thinking, like, let's say you're regular Joe, and all of a sudden you got $13 million. And you're thinking, before you have them, you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, I wanna get my homies this, I wanna get my family this. But okay, when you actually fucking get it, they disappear on your ass.
But I agree to it to a sense, but I think it's just power and money. All they do, I think, is multiply whatever you naturally have in you. Because I don't think that if you give somebody.
But that's kind of scary, because you're saying that there's a demon inside every human.
Well, I think so.
But
I think so too.
So in that experiment, every single one of the jailers became evil?
No, but look at this. Even the professor didn't know when to stop.
Because he
was so intrigued.
He had
How
the power.
far are they gonna? It's como una novela. It's like watching a soap opera in front of you. You're like, oh man, this is like a car wreck. This is nasty. But if you're the director, do you want to stop it, or you want to see how far or cool you can make it?
No,
because it fell into the inmates, because the inmates, they're psychological. They were so abused, I guess, just stressed, that they couldn't even think like a non-inmate. They forgot their names, they forgot their age. They were numbers now. They were so like it was just the stressors, the human stressors. As the jailers, the witnesses were like, they knew it was fucked up, but what power did they have? Yeah. The professor, he knew it was fucked up what he was seeing, because he was the director. He could have stopped it on week one.
Shit crazy.
It was the wife or the fiance who was like, what the fuck are you doing? Even your colleagues are not agreeing with you, but you're not stopping it. It was the wife that made him stop. It wasn't him. And later he's like, that's crazy that I allowed it to go this far. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, it was not creepy, because it happened in real life. It actually happened in real life. I think it was in the 60s or 70s.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think what's so crazy about that situation, and because, you get confined to a space. With all the space that we have on Earth, you get confined to a space, and this becomes your life. Right. And this becomes your life, and the people who are controlling you, they only know you by a number, and possibly by your offense, and they go from there. They go on your actions in between. So it's like a world inside of a world, but a smaller world. Where it can
be a protected world, because you feel like it's only you.
Yeah, and it's protected, but it's not protected in a good way. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, it's an unfair advantage, but at the same time, this goes with consequences. No. You know what I'm saying? This goes with consequences, and you have to be responsible for your consequences, no matter what it is. Especially if you had skirmishes before that got you could have got away from the consequences. But me, I understand the game. I understand the game, and with that being said, I understand that it is a game. You know what I'm saying? You might, like, oh no, I don't want to call it a game, but either you playing or you getting played.
Yeah.
And so it's you gotta recognize what it is. You gotta find out how you can win, how you be able to, do the things you want to do without it being against the law, and just really become a better person. And that's one of the things I really focus on when I'm actually when I got times with my daughters. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, hey, I want y'all to understand, like, it's consequences to everything you do. It might be good consequences, because when people say consequences, they mean like it give it such a bad connotation, and it's not. Consequences is literally the result of an action.
Well, you have to be accountable for.
Exactly. It's a consequence is something that goes against sequence. So if you really break the word,
cause and effect,
yeah. And so that's just what it is. So if you're moving out of a good place in your heart, and you're not breaking the law, then the possibility of your consequences being something that's going to negatively affect you are reduced.
Right.
So, and I try to make sure, me being a dad and me being in this world long enough, you know what I'm saying? I don't know everything, but I try to make sure I let, especially my oldest daughter, because, the older she gets, the more she's gonna be deep into the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with her, I gotta be a lot more. I gotta be able to I gotta
GoPro's dead.
Oh, snaps.
We still got the camera.
Okay, bet. But I just like to be like, that's why I like spending my now time with them.
Yeah.
Cause like when I take them to pop-ups, I can't even lie, I'm sharing them with
the world.
I'm sharing me with not just them. I'm sharing them with the world. Everybody that come in there. So I want them to see how I approach people, how I talk to people.
Right.
Because their parents are the people who are going to be their main role models. I want to be a positive. At least how this should go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you look, and it's up. Every human has their own decision on what they're gonna make. How they're gonna approach that.
Right.
But I try to talk to my daughters as if I'm a king, and they're princesses.
Good for you.
And and like, hey, this is what a princess does. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to rule, but you gotta be able to rule with grace.
Build the love as to be queen.
That was funny enough that I saw a meme like a couple weeks, or probably in the first weeks since she was born. And it talked about like, don't just teach your daughters how to be princesses, teach them how a princess should be treated.
Exactly. You gotta, because, especially when you get daughters, man, you go spoil them, dog. You go give them whatever they want. They go get my time and my money. Cause I
already know, man.
It happens just like that, man. But at the same time, you gotta.
She's like, I need another drink.
But you gotta. Also, I try to teach my daughters on how to treat other people. Try to treat people that they don't know. And my youngest daughter, she's she might be a little tucked off, just in general. She approached people with skepticism. You can see it in her face, like, who's this coming? Like, who is this coming up to me?
Yeah.
That's awareness. That's good, man.
And then she looks at me. And be like,
is it okay?
Like Dad's probably
okay?
cool. I'm like, it's cool, baby. You know what I'm saying? So she still might not open up, but at the same time, if she knows good people.
Having a guard up is a good thing, especially for a child. I'll tell you that. That's awesome.
You don't want them to be too trusting.
Yeah, and with my oldest daughter, she is she's a social butterfly, no question about it. And then, but I'm trying to teach her how to use discretion.
Yeah.
Not every opportunity is going to be a good opportunity.
Right.
And so it's a lot, but I try to make sure while I'm in my passion and while they're doing it, while they're growing up, we can both get something out of each encounter we have.
There you
know what I'm saying? Because I don't give them as much as I want to, but I know that part will get better. And
not yet, because I mean the stuff you have and everything. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, man. I really want to have a brick and mortar. I don't want to have it in Texas because
why is that?
It's too big. It's too big, man. And trying to bring people to my spot. I don't want to do that. I don't want to work that hard.
But Texas is Texas.
No, Texas is Texas. And the thing is, what I like about what I have right now is mobile. It's completely mobile.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I can go pull up at any,
That's true.
I can go pull up anywhere and be like, yo, I'm out here. y'all come out, you know, like one of my things is I want to grow my brand from the city first.
And it's easier for you because you don't have that tie-in to Houston. You're just a brand, and you just you got started in Houston.
So
No,
I'm curious.
I totally have a tie in to Houston. I have a tie in to Texas. I'm a Texas brand.
So I'm curious because now you started up. It's like So obviously it's Especial HTX.
Yeah.
So it's tied in with Houston.
Yeah, it's tied with Texas.
And you got Texas obviously in your heart and what's built around it. But
always be there.
why not have it in Texas?
I think.
You didn't go water.
No. I think with just Texas being so big.
You know, there's no Whataburger except in Texas.
It's like I'm gonna still have my same setup, but just as in a brick and mortar. So me, I'm very protective of my Texas stuff, and I feel like people can come in, you know, from other places because the good thing about Texas, we was able to have a protective bubble for our culture to like brew in. Like during the 90s, especially during the 90s, Texas culture wasn't up front. It was up front to the people that lived in Texas.
Right.
But all in all, on a global basis, it was East Coast, West Coast.
It was.
And so when they got out of focus, at the same time when we got out of focus,
I remember
you lose all those little special details.
I remember reading or seeing somewhere that like it was so isolated that like when the Rockets won the championship, Sports Illustrated.
They didn't put it.
Sports Illustrated had its edition here, and then a different cover everywhere else.
Yeah, because they just wasn't rocking with us like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and what I'm saying is that we had our own little thing here.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you gotta think about the Texas spirit. Just in general, we are a rebel country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and just what it is, like, well, fuck it, we just do our own thing. Mm-hmm. And that's always how we've been. And so with that's how. But me, I'm not the type of person like. If I see everybody coming and taking little pieces of Texas culture and taking it back where they going back and call it something new, like, nah, that's Texas. I'm the type of person, I'm gonna bring it all the way. I'm gonna bring Texas all the way to your head.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And my brick and mortars will be a reflection of Texas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? In the front of my brick, you know, got a big Texas flag right there in the front, waving that motherfucker out. Like I want to let y'all know.
In the middle of Denver, Colorado, right there.
Whatever.
I like that.
I mean, I want to have it.
I was salty at first. I
like it.
No, it's gonna always be Texas.
It's gonna be a Texas embassy in every other state.
Hey, that's my goal.
Man.
You know, I want people to be able to say, yo, you know, but the goal is to blow it up from the city first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want. That's why like I try to do a pop up every week.
Let us know.
Well, one thing that you were touching base on a little earlier was, so you want to have a brick and mortar, and it sounds like it's going to be all outside of Texas. One of the questions that we ask our guests is, where do you see your brand 5 years from today?
Definitely as at least like a Texas brand, like known, like a known Texas brand for sure. I want to see some more elements with it because. Definitely, like you'll be able to look at the quality and just, you know, I would like to have my brick and mortar in 5 years, but I have to be realistic on it. I have to go to the next part. So it's just me upgrading it. So the setup I have right now is called the mobile hustling unit.
But you love the idea, man. I love it.
Thank you.
And then you have a name to it and everything. Man, I would have just called it my van.
I just pull it wherever because it's it's a simple setup.
They make you mobile hustling?
Yeah, most definitely. And I try to make sure, and just me developing my brand to something that's like deeply Texas. I want to be able, me being it, I was always in a little bit of everything. And with that, I want that to be shown. I want to be able to see like, everybody have crystal clarity of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, like at this point, it's just really just making sure the brand's name, what the brand stands for, because it can stand for a lot of things, but it's a lot like it being ambiguous and not having a for sure like demo, like with that being okay. because they know like it's gonna touch something. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but it also gives you more leeway. Like you can expand it really in any direction you want.
Right.
Right.
But I can say like one of the big things is my brand is like definitely skateboard based. Like
Okay.
like that's like what.
Do you still skateboard, Chris?
I still skateboard. I don't skateboard as much as I want to.
Okay.
But
The ollies and the.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like? What's the most extreme thing you do? I'm putting you on the spot.
I think probably right now. I can only talk about right now. I can't talk about what Chris used to do.
Okay.
But right now, I can do my kick flips, my ollies.
Okay.
Probably like some fakey inward heels. I don't know. Just like like. It's all depending on how I'm feeling. But
I'm not a skater at all.
I'm just gonna ask you that question.
No,
throw out the tree.
Back in that PlayStation days, like I was big on Tony Hawk.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah. Tony Hawk was the shit. Tony Hawk is that button masher, but I think when like EA Skate was the one that really changed the game.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It was really Skate 2 because Skate 2 gave you more freedom of like board flicks and things like that. It felt like you were actually doing tricks. So like
I even did the Dave Mirra BMX one.
oh yeah, and the thing is like it was this game. It was called 2 Extreme, and it had like this is my pops used to go to the game site, be like, yo, y'all gotta get stuff out the bargain aisle. You know what I'm saying? Get this stuff there. Got the yellow stickers on it. You know. The $7.99 games, like these games might be fucked up, but
Hey, Pops, there's a big ass scratch on your head, but it's on special. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Took us to the pawn shop.
bring it back home. Go put some toothpaste on that motherfucker. Hey, yo, I remember.
It worked too.
Yo, I remember.
I still don't understand how that works.
I remember when we first got our first PlayStation. We got a PlayStation 1. I promise you, for a whole year, damn near a whole year, we had the sample disc.
Oh, shit.
It was the OG sample disc.
That's like 5 games right there.
That was the OG sample disc with Rapper the Rapper on it, Tomb Raider, Treasures of the Ocean. It was the one where it had like the little the scuba diving. The scuba diving. You shoot with the spears, shoot the sharks and shit.
Yeah.
And they had a Crash Bandicoot. It had fucking oh my god, you knock on the oh my god, I'm gonna be so upset with myself. Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
And had a sample for like I think Tekken. Like it was just like it was.
I remember
OG.
wanting to pick up the fucking magazines because of the demo disc.
Oh man, the Game Informer.
Yeah, Game Informer.
Yeah,
Informer.
man. But I literally I was exposed to everything. I was always.
It's been long enough. What's that one rule where you can't get convicted or? I remember I may have swiped the disc only from the store.
Hey man.
Sitting there at Kroger like.
Hey man, you passed the statute of limitations, bro.
There you go.
They good. They go fuck with you.
It was just so different. PlayStation was so good. I mean, I grew up.
It's a game changer.
Our first console was Atari.
Yeah, the Atari.
And Super Nintendo and 64. And then when you got to PlayStation, it wasn't a cartridge anymore. It wasn't a fucking big old a block. It was a CD. It was like
the first system I ever owned, and y'all probably won't even recognize it. It was called TurboGrafx 16.
No, I don't.
No?
My first one was Atari.
No.
You can Google that shit. It's real. Like people look at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But it like the fucking games look like little memory cards.
Oh,
those were the games. It was before. I don't know the timeline, but it's there. It's out there.
It must have been after Atari though.
Yeah.
Atari had the big old thing.
No,
Even Nintendo had a big old thing.
It had decent graphics. It was like right there with Nintendo, so it had to be around that era. Like the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Game Boy, because I'm thinking Game Boy had also the little.
My cousin had a Game Boy. I didn't have a Game Boy.
My brother had it.
I had a Game Boy. Yeah. Bro, coming in. You go on road trips, you got a fucking bag full of batteries.
No,
and
then he had that fucking thing where you flip over like magnify and it had the lights and shit.
Oh, bro,
Are you talking about? That's the Nintendo Color.
No. It was a thing that just
the magnifying glass. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I didn't.
That was enough. I couldn't afford it.
Again, my cousin.
Oh, okay.
Yo, shout out to your cousin, brother. got the hat on. So I was like, oh, look at you, fancy motherfucker.
Hey, Theo, you never looked at me for Christmas. What's up?
What's up? Hey, man, I need one of them for real. But yeah, I think my first system was well, it wasn't mine. It was my pops. That was just how young my dad was. He had an Atari.
Nice.
And so, and I remember I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Fuck, it's out there now. I broke my dad's Atari.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I'm sorry, Pop.
No, you
I'm sorry.
didn't. That's horrible.
And like he used to let me play it. He was just like,
I just got a strike of fear. Like if my girl breaks my PS4 controller or something, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be pissed.
No.
I'm sorry,
Bro,
I'm sorry, baby.
No, you won't. Though.
I will.
No, you won't.
My dad was
That's your
heated.
girl.
My dad was heated because like I was playing it, and he was just like, "Hey, Chris, do not play with my game after I leave," because he was going to work. And he was just like, I was like, I fucked his Atari up. I don't know what I did.
How do you do it though? Because it was like pretty sturdy.
No, and the thing is, I don't know what I did.
And it was only the joystick.
Yeah, it was. I
and it wasn't that interactive. It was a centipede games. It was very like.
You had Pong, you had Centipede,
Yeah,
you had
so how did
Pac-Man.
you fuck it up?
Man,
I don't get it. I can't think about it.
To be honest, I don't know how I fucked it up either, but I know my dad's Atari did not work.
Man.
Damn.
After
Because I remember it was the Atari and the Light Brights. It was the same time frame for me.
And the thing is, I remember him telling me this. I remember that day.
Yeah.
He was like, "Chris, do not play with my games after I leave." And I was like, "Man, fuck this shit." I was like, and the other thing, I just blamed it on my brother. He was like,
Oh man.
I was like, man.
Bro, he just confessed. You better, man.
Whatever, dog. It's too late. I blame a lot of shit on him. Hey, man, that's what happens when you 1 year younger than me, man. Hey, you better learn how to talk faster and shit. But nah, that was my brother. I love him to death, man. But yeah, it was Atari. Then we got a Nintendo, and we got the Duck Hunt. You know, that was when it came with the Duck Hunt kit.
Yeah.
And
fucking dog.
Yeah, fucking dog. Man, I always pop that damn dog, man.
Me too.
Man, fuck, man. I don't even play this, yeah, you turn it outside.
Because the whole time you're concentrating, you're like, yeah. And when he comes up, fuck your dog.
And you know what? That's what happened. I end up, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, now I'm gonna feel. But yeah. And I was just like, literally, I was exposed to all of it. And you know, that's what really helped make me and helped make my brand.
Right.
And I just really want to show the parts of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you're doing art, you want to be able to reflect yourself inside the art.
It is cool because you've been doing it for so long, and I feel like your 5-year goal. I feel like it's very doable.
Yeah.
Only if you continue to have that same.
You're laying
pace
down
that
the
you're
basis.
going.
Yeah, you're laying down the foundation for it.
Yeah.
Does it feel like you are taking your time, but it's more for self-awareness?
Exactly.
And you want to make sure you have a legit foundation for it.
Yeah, especially when you're creating a brand from your city. You know what I'm saying?
From yourself though, because you're not. It's not like you have a business partner. It's not like you have any
solo
other
shit.
outside thing.
That shit
Yeah, you
sucks
have
sometimes.
help. You have
Have you done or have you seeked out doing collaborations with any local people?
Oh yeah, no, like to be honest, man, I got a lot of collaborations and I'm working with a lot of my friends who are clothing companies, and just like, and the thing is, what I like about it, we all on the concept like it don't have to be no shirt. We don't gotta do no shirt. You know what I'm saying? Collaboration is just a meeting of the minds.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you know, we can not have anything that's tangible.
Right.
You know, we might have like a little, we might collab on like a damn taco, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, man, let's like our minds are bigger than like this tangible shit. You know what I'm saying? We can probably do like a collab on a shirt if like we all have like an event together.
Yeah.
Like, and then the thing is, with Houston being so big, I like bringing my people together. I like bringing my homies together.
Right.
Like, yo, let's do a block party and then, you know what I'm saying, drop
like
a shirt. Let's drop a shirt with all our names on the back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I think about
networking.
You know, it's overall networking because you bringing your followers here, you bring your people here, and we out. And then the thing is, it's so many, because sometimes when you get, people consider brand awareness with being territorial. Like, hey man, like bro, it's like,
Bro, you just literally gave me an idea right now.
There you go.
And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on here and put it out there. And Jesse is kind of call out.
Oh.
Jesse.
Hey.
So one of our interviews, maybe you saw it, Jexy Studios. He's a photographer, videographer. We've been in talks.
I haven't seen that one.
We've been in talks about doing an intro video for the podcast.
Oh, word.
And like right now, what I'm thinking is we've already established, at least 10, 11 interviews. So I think maybe the interview, the intro that we should do should probably include some of the people that we've interviewed. Like them, maybe like just Tamale Mami that we just did. Like maybe she's sitting there making a plate and he records like part of it, and he's over there with his pop-up like with some shirts.
Well, I feel like the last one,
that shit fire.
You saw that?
I feel like Patty gave me the idea of doing the 1 year anniversary and having all of our guests and showcase everybody, like a pop-up event.
That's something that I was thinking when he was talking about pops up. Like we could make it.
That sounds good.
Let's grab a drink pop-up.
Yeah.
Patty.
Thank you, Patty. I'll see you soon, Patty.
No, really. Yeah, I feel like if we have an event like that, and every guest have their own little section, and have our family and friends actually go up and meet them, like a one-on-one.
And people too.
Yeah, I feel like that's really
you bring your friends, I bring my friends. You know what I'm saying?
We can be friends.
Yeah, we can be friends. You know how we go, man. Hey, man, it's like a product of the 90s, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Next question we like to ask our people is, my favorite question is, what song defines you in this moment in your life?
Right now.
Going back to music, like you said, music brings everyone together. It makes the vibe, it makes the ambiance, it makes you.
It has to be from the 90s. No, it doesn't have to be.
Too much pressure, man.
It doesn't have to be from the 90s.
You know what? I really like a lot of guys who talking about hustling. You know what I'm saying? Hustling without making any excuses. You know what I'm saying? Because me being a dad, I'm gonna be honest, I do have that whole child support thing going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not gonna stop my passion.
Right.
I gotta make first thing.
It's a push, actually.
Yeah, first thing first, I gotta make sure my baby's straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can't do nothing. I can't be out here doing all this, and my daughter's not straight. You know what I'm saying? That's just not something that I'm gonna live by. So
I respect that, man. I really do. There's a lot of people out there who, yes, I do got it, but they're still gonna try to make their own.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got seeds out here. You gotta make sure your seeds can grow. You know what I'm saying? I spend time with my daughter.
But not everybody thinks that way, so it's very respectable that you do.
Well, I appreciate it, but
as a female,
I appreciate it, but it's not nothing. I can be honest. My daughters make it easy for me.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? They make it so easy for me.
Also, baby mamas too.
Yeah, you know what? I can say.
Because just like there's dog men out there, there's women out there who I'm like, you're not a great woman out there, man.
You know what? To
you have to be a good woman to be a good mother.
And just shout out to my daughter's mom.
There you go.
She got the girls. She got
I'm friendly, but not like that. You know what I mean?
She got the girls way more than I do, and you know what I'm saying. Like I'm lucky to no matter what to think it's. I'm lucky to have her as my daughter's mom. So that's
Respect to you, man.
you know what I'm saying. Like in relationships, sometimes, man, like shit just don't go how it's supposed to go or how you want to go. But at the same time, you can stop it from going further bad. You know what I'm saying?
Amen. That spoke volumes.
And so so just shout out to her, and be honest, like like my brand wouldn't be where it was because without her, you know what I'm saying? Like she put money down.
Support.
She put
financial support.
Yeah, she put money down.
Support.
Much, you know what I'm saying? She just, and every once in a while you might see her still rocking one of my shirts. You know what I'm saying? So it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in life you gotta grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about growth. That's what I believe in. Like I'm like one of them people. Like I'd rather you leave me and grow and you stay with me and just not and be stagnant. Because if you stagnant, I'm gonna not fuck with you anyways. You know what I'm saying? Because you stagnant.
I feel like that's a very independent way of thinking, and I feel like I'm more confident in saying that because we've had guests on this show where they say the same thing.
Yeah, you have to. And the thing is that comes with personal growth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's like
You have to
that's
be
like
okay
out the
with
storm
letting
shit.
people go for their own good. You
Yeah.
have to be aware that you're not going to be good enough for every single person out there, even if you do want to be good enough.
I gotta
And
be
if
good
you're
enough
not,
for me.
you gotta step up your game. But the same, you can't be holding on to people. You can't be holding people back.
Yeah.
Because you're not there yet.
Because the thing is, once you get that concept in your head that you holding somebody back, you holding somebody back. You holding somebody back because you're not seeing that person popping and growing.
But when you do hold them back, that's not love anymore.
No, that's not love.
That's
no more.
selfishness.
Yeah, it's being super selfish.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you gotta, hey, go ahead and do your thing. You go out here and be great, especially, you know what I'm saying, you guys see out here, I want, you know what I'm saying, I want my daughters to have a good female role model behind them too, as their mom, you know, because especially I want my, you know, I let that be known up front, hey, my daughter's gonna be watching everything you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be a female role model, so you gotta be out there, you know, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And so my daughters know that, you know, they don't gotta deal with no bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, that's just one of the, you know, I try to be very intentional with my daughters on the time of the stuff I spend with them, and I'm just, at the same time, I'm lucky.
Mad respect to you, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, relationships come and go. You know what I'm saying? I can say it was a lot more good than bad.
The family's
but you know what I'm saying? And she still found. She still found. Just no matter what. But you know, we ain't gotta get deep into this relationship.
Like you said, family is family. We said that from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Family is family. There's nothing you can do. There's no anger. There's nothing, no emotion that's gonna get in between the fact that y'all are family.
Yeah, we locked in forever.
Yeah.
Man. We got 2 kids together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know,
We're gonna see each other at events.
yeah, we go. Yeah, exactly.
Graduations, weddings, like, you name it.
You know what I'm saying? Even if she do have my kids, I was like, cool. You know what I'm saying? I get you a diaper genie or whatever shit. Keep your life easy. You know, so I try to really make sure.
Hey, cheap though.
That's why I specifically said the diaper genie. I know it's intentional. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get you no Pampers. I'm gonna get you a diaper genie. That shit really works. But yeah, I try to. You know, I'm thankful for my situation. I know all guys and all gals don't really get, you know, my kind of setup. So you know what I'm saying? I'll be honest, I take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to take advantage of these situations. Not saying that I'm a user, but I just know, I just find the good parts out of my situation, and I make sure that, you know, that applies to me. Yeah. That, you know, you gotta use it because, you know,
when the opportunity comes up, you just take it.
You gotta be
as it should be.
As it should be. That's why they call opportunities. You take them on.
You also have to be accountable for the mistakes you make.
You gotta be accountable.
Into that opportunity.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're getting into, because sometimes you gotta be. That's why it's called being intentional. You know. And then also being able to trust yourself, like, hey, no matter what, you'll be able to make it through. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really trust yourself. And then the thing is about life, you should always be learning in life. If you ain't learning, then you know what I'm saying, you losing. You're not really getting everything. Like, that's why I said I really believe as I get older in life, I never know, no matter how much. I mean, I can always get wisdom, but you know what I'm saying, I'm always learning something new. I'm okay with learning something new. I don't want to be Mr. Know-It-all. The shit, it's not fun.
Well, part of being wise is knowing that you don't know everything.
Yeah. Can you imagine being a person that knows everything?
Nah, that's boring.
That shit boring. That shit sucks. Like nothing makes you happy. Nothing blows your mind away.
Yeah.
Can you imagine not getting your fucking mind blown away, like, because you know everything?
Right.
That shit, that's whack. I can't. That shit. I'm like, man, go ahead and kill me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, take my brain and just put it into something so you can automatically compute shit. But other than that, dog, you don't need me here at this point. Yeah. I mean, my mind not even getting blown no more. I want my mind to get, like, I want to experience all types of dope ass shit. I want to be able to see new points of view. I want to be, and that's what really, to bring it all back into one. That's what makes this Especial. It actually means something. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're just not out here just doing something. And that's why I didn't want to use special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it feel the name for real. It's good.
So third question. Well.
Okay.
I do have 2 in mind. I kind of don't know.
Well, shoot both of them.
Okay, so the third question is, what's your go-to food? Like one that, you know,
So-
on a bad day, that's your go-to.
So to be honest, like right now,
Stop talking so smooth, man. I'm serious. I'm like, what you doing now? You made me want to say what you doing after this. Because we're already drinking. We can't be drinking anymore. Did we finish the ball? No,
not yet.
Stop talking like that.
He's gonna say, no, we got about half a bottle.
you ain't saying that.
Before you start hurting me, man. I'm already doing it for you.
Don't worry, man. She's harmless. She's
So right now I'm going through a transition right now where I'm picking up more of a vegan lifestyle.
Okay.
And you know, like
That's
background.
difficult, man.
I mean, background. My dad. He's a meat cutter. He's a butcher. And he was a butcher.
Why would you go into that?
So and the thing was, I think I just got burnt out on the meat. I got burnt out on meat because my dad was one that he worked for a really big grocery chain, and we used to always get if let's say a company trying to get in, you know what I'm saying, my dad was the guy to go to. So during summers,
here. Try this. Bunch of
and it wasn't just like this. It was like, try this. And like my dad had like one of them long ass deep freezers, full of food. Like we was a family. People would invite us over because we would bring fucking cases of fucking filet mignon.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what that was.
What you doing for Thanksgiving, man?
How can we get a mic?
Straight up, my
Not
dad.
you, your daddy, kid. You going vegan on me, man.
And you know, like, and
Does he get that voice too? What's up?
I don't know.
Don't
My
you get
dad.
nervous around me, man?
No, it's like that. I ain't trying to put my pops out like that.
Sorry, guys.
You gotta protect the game. You gotta protect the game, Gizzer, right?
Smooth voices over here.
No, but
He's
so
got the meats.
shout out to the pop. Shout out to the apple don't roll too far from the tree. No, but
Hey, daddy. Sorry.
no, but like, so my go-to food right now, like I really like spice. So if I'm like stretching out and shit, like I'll do like a rice and peas with like plantain.
Okay.
So like just like you know, like a Caribbean vibe. I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's soothing.
I always thought plantains were very Colombian.
Yeah, that anybody, if you're by the equator, that's where the plantains are. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you by the equator, you rock on plantains. So, and so I really like that. Sometimes, but really me, it's just depending on how I'm feeling. Like, cause I can do a smoothie and be cool.
Okay.
But my smoothie definitely gotta have mango in it. I love mango.
Nice.
Like mango is a good retreat for me. Like I be stressed out, but like, man, give me a mango real quick before I fucking go off on somebody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, I like foods with deep flavors to it. So it's just like, it's depending on my options. I love Indian food. I love Caribbean food.
Okay.
I love Cuban food. I love Colombian food. I love Dominican food. I love Puerto Rican food.
Well, I guess it's more vegetables, right?
Yeah, like
Okay.
I like, but it's spices. I like
The
spices.
spices. Okay.
I like spices.
I was thinking, because I
fuck
mean,
with
even
spices.
curry, they don't have meats.
Yeah, but the thing is,
The spices are
the spices.
Yeah, you're right.
The spices. I like savory. That's my. Yeah, I like savory, and that may be like a good. Like, but the thing is, after me becoming like, you know what I'm saying, going towards that vegan lifestyle, I start noticing how much spices are compared to actually flesh. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause sometimes you eat the meat, and now I'm like, bro, you don't like the meat. I'm eating the meat just because of the flavor it's given. You know what I'm saying? It's not really
The juices are bad.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? You can get that with spices because most
That's
times,
true.
you know what I'm saying? You can get those smokinesses and all those things. And the thing is, it's like, it's not the old school vegans.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you're not just busting down tofu and shit. Like, these people really coming with badass flavors.
The Burger King, the Impossible Whopper.
Man,
I just tried it. It does not taste like 100% beef. It does not by no means. It's legit though.
okay,
it
I
tastes
haven't
good.
tried.
So
I haven't tried.
there's a new it's a Cajun vegan restaurant which we've been meaning to try out.
Where?
I can't remember. I just know it's Cajun.
Is it Midtown?
Vegan.
Midtown?
she knows the address and the name of it.
Okay. It's not soul food vegan though, right?
It is.
Soul food vegan?
Soul food vegan.
Yeah, they popping. Soul
And
food
to me,
vegan. Oh my God.
so I read the reviews about it, and they're saying that you honestly wouldn't even tell that it's vegan because of how they spice it up.
I've been seeing like the
You go
fusion
nap
between
now.
that.
You go nap now. You be out there sleeping good.
But it's
Good.
You know, it takes you away from the whole smoothies, from the whole juicing. It's just like you get real food, and you're thinking you're eating stew meat, but it's not stew meat.
Oh,
it's
wow.
just your own twist to it.
It's comfort food.
Vegan. Oh my God. It's just mind blowing.
It's vegan comfort food, and the thing is, it's all about the spice. You know what I'm saying? Because I think back then when people were going vegan, shout out to everybody who went vegan back in the 90s, because y'all some real soldiers.
Yeah.
Because that shit ain't had no flavor.
Bland as shit.
Yeah, like you said, the tofu was big.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I couldn't imagine rocking that kind of shit every day. Like, bro, I'd be so depressed, man.
Yeah.
I'd be sneaking out to the side, killing the burger. I just going crazy because, like, I need some flavor, dog.
You hear cauliflower pizza, and like
Oh,
even you
shit's
make crazy
good.
the name of it, but when you try it,
Tastes
like,
good. I've had
it's not
that.
bad.
It tastes good.
Like even told Miguel like how they do different recipes. I'm like, I don't knock it. Like I would never even consider myself a vegetarian or anything like that.
Right.
I'm a meat person, but when I try certain plates and then I find out that it was all veggies, or I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It tasted like beef to me. Like it was weird. But
And
I don't knock it.
But definitely some mango. Mango, rice and peas, and plantain.
Okay.
If that can, you know what I'm saying? If I can get those combinations, I'm good.
Okay.
And like I probably use like mango as a dessert, or just like something for like sweet.
So mango, huh?
Yeah.
I feel like my thing is pineapples more than mango.
No. I rock with pineapple too. Like if it's not, it's like mango.
Rick Ross.
It's
Stop, Chris. Stop.
Gonna have to hose you down, man.
It's
I'll do it
mango.
for you.
It's mango, pineapple, then watermelon. That's
Okay.
my then I probably like do cantaloupe.
Man, that sounds like a fresh ass fruit salad right now. Like especially when it's so cold like it is.
Oh, man, that's why I be loving it, man.
Chilled. Oh man,
Man,
with a little
that's
tahini.
Bro.
Tahini
Stop
reminds me.
flirting with him.
Yo.
He's
Tahini reminds me
mine.
of
Yo, so check this out. So like this year, I call it a bust down watermelon, but my watermelon, like normally, so I grab like a little, like a small, like a normal size seedless watermelon, cut it in half,
Okay.
and then like, you know, my combo is the tahini plus a lime. So
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. So when I put it in the mixture, it just go crazy. So you know, like, I was like, damn, I can't believe I haven't thought of this shit before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not mixing everything together, man. But that, like, you put the tahini is dope.
Yeah.
But you put a couple of drops of that lime juice on it, man, it turns into a whole different fruit, fam.
It's another one.
Yeah.
Like, it's different. It's different. So, you know, and this is just me being exposed to, you know, I actually made some, me and my daughters, we made some mango nata popsicles.
Oh, nice.
So,
Were you
you know,
put the plastic cup, the mango, and then you took a popsicle stick in it, or how'd you do it?
Actually,
That's old school.
we stepped it up a bit. We went on Amazon and got some popsicle molds.
Okay,
But
yes.
the
That's legit.
the shit was flour regardless.
So what you do? You puree the mango or?
Yeah, I pureed the mango, and then I also, after at the same time, I put,
Water or milk?
I actually put mango nectar. So it was just like, it was like, and then I put the chamoy in.
Chamoy, that's
Yeah.
up, man.
I put the chamoy in, and man, it was.
Stop flirting with him.
No,
man.
shit.
I get jealous.
It went crazy though. It went crazy. My daughter was very happy to see how a popsicle was made.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like showing them cool shit like that. And they went to the hip hop flea market with me last week.
Vintage hip hop.
Yeah, the hip hop vintage flea market with me last week. And my daughter, I can tell she was like, because we went to one spot at the same area that they had an event there called Culture Shock, and that's where everybody brought the lowriders out and stuff like
Okay.
that. And I love lowriders.
When was that? A couple weeks ago?
The hip hop was last Sunday.
The culture shock.
Culture Shock was probably like I want to say June or May. May or June.
Oh.
But it was like, but you know, they this
I think it
the
was
second.
May.
Yeah, it was
in May because I was out of town and I had heard about it.
Yeah, it was dope. It was they bought the Lolos out. They bought the old schools. They bought the scrapers. They bought all.
Was it at Bear Creek Park?
No, that's the big one.
That's the big one. They actually got outlawed to not go do that again because
Yeah.
it was such a big event.
Yeah,
it was
badass.
overcrowded.
Yeah.
But Bear Creek is such a huge spot.
Bear Creek is huge, and they packed it out. But the
They
thing,
packed it out. Like, yeah, they said they're not allowed to do that anymore.
Wow.
that people whack.
Nah, no, dude. But it was a big turnout though.
I mean, so fuck it.
It could.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
you
the
know.
area too. I mean, come on now. It's like out there.
Yeah, it's Katie.
It is. That's
Katie
what
ain't
I'm
ready for
saying.
that. Katie
Yeah.
wasn't ready for that. Katie, but the thing is, like, you know.
I have a personal friend that is involved in that. That's why I knew about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and then they have one they do at the beginning of the year at McGregor Park right here.
Oh yeah.
And so, and they bring the Lolos out and everything, and
So you're very much involved in that scene.
yeah, I like my goal is to definitely have a lowrider.
Okay.
I want a 6'4".
Well, like I said, let us know about any
If you
upcoming
need some
events.
paint, man, you're.
I got
Yeah,
you, man.
no, let us know about
Hey, it's already working. It's
Let us know
already
about upcoming events that you got scheduled in,
Uh-huh.
and we can not only promote it, put it out there for when we do release podcasts or segments.
Y'all can pull up.
But
Yeah, and
not
we'll
only
shoot-
put
we'll
up,
do
but
a little
also
live
involve
podcast right there.
Yeah, go
involve
in.
other artists and entrepreneurs to help out in the movement and with you. You know?
Oh yeah, you know
That's what
what?
we're here for. Like, we want to network with everybody and everything. So
I really appreciate y'all because to think about it all in concept, like you could have not come by and hollered at me at all. You know what I'm saying? We
get
just
you low in there.
You need to cut her off, man. Damn, she already finished it.
you gotta see me with my haircut. Then.
Tomorrow. Come here tomorrow. Show us a selfie or something. We'll put it on there.
No, but I'm these are the things that I'm naturally attracted to.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So, and I mean, I have goals of me getting me a lowrider. I just gotta be patient. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because with lowriders, it's a lot of money to go into.
Oh, yeah.
It's not when you get the motherfucker ready. It's after that shit started breaking because you just putting so much pressure on it. You changing shocks, you changing everything under the bottom, and it's a lot that come with low riding.
Yeah.
So, but I do plan on trying to get me a low rider. I don't know if I'm be able to get. I'm trying to get a 6'3". It was a dude. To be honest, it was a dude that had a 64 right down the street.
Nice.
He had a silver 64 and he was selling for like $7,000. And I was just driving like, man, I ain't gonna be able to afford that. And like I was
It's
talking
actually pretty cheap.
very
For
cheap
64?
for a 64.
Running?
It was. I think he said it was running, but it had some rust on the bottom. It had some rust on the bottom, and I was like, man, that's still cheap. That's still cheap, and it already.
Listen, no, depends on what you want to do with it too.
Oh no, I'm definitely putting hype in mine. I'm going in. I ain't gonna play with mine because I came from that culture. You know what I'm saying? I came from that culture. Like that's just what it was. But at the same time, I just understand. I mean, I get it.
When the time is right.
If the time is right, man, it's gonna be perfect. And I'm not rushing it. I'm just enjoying what I have,
Good for you,
and just being thankful. My little Acura getting fucking packed out, and I go. You gotta see me when I'm packing my Acura with the mobile hustling in it and my girls, cause like it's like 2 car seats in the back and like everything in between.
Aww,
It's like that's gonna be some
See it,
stories.
yeah.
For my
That's what they're
daughter.
gonna remember though.
Yeah, they gonna be like, yeah, my dad packed his Acura out. Man.
He was working out there.
I was like, man, I need to get me I literally last weekend, I was like contemplating if I should get a roof rack so I can put shit on top of it. Like
There you go. Like, get you a little
I think
trailer
you're
or
gonna
something.
get there when you need it,
Exactly.
When,
Exactly. It's just really working on getting the brand out there and just showing people who I am.
That's cool.
And what the brand is, and just really having fun connecting with the people.
The other question that we come across or we put out there is what was your choice to drink today?
Because we like connecting with people.
Or
too,
your unofficial sponsor today. Who was it?
But I'm gonna put it out there. So we had Tito's and lemonade today, and
The good lemonade too.
Yeah,
the good lemonade. The good living. Yo,
Stop, Chris.
simply. Hey, y'all need to send over a couple packs or something, coupons or something. Come on, show us some love.
It was actually my first time doing that mix, vodka
word?
and lemonade. So, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
We can tell. They can tell.
Hey, Chris. Because it's smooth and sweet and
Gonna throw out another question though.
What's up?
There you go.
Who do you see on this podcast next? Who do you want to call out that?
Ooh, man. Hey,
Any industry, man.
Hey, you know
Might
what?
have fun drinking with us. You know we're
Entrepreneur.
vibing.
Hey, I mean,
Throw them all out there.
Call them out.
okay, let's go. Okay, we got Ernie. We got
Ernie with what?
Ernie from Neat. Ernie from Neat Clothing Company.
Okay.
We got who else we got out here? Oh man, you about me to go through it. We got Curators of Dope. We got Daisies and Pancakes.
Daisies and pancakes, like is it food or?
No, it's a she's a curator also. She does pop-ups. She does a lot of cool shit. So Curators and Dope and Daisies and Pancakes. Who else we got? Oh my God, like literally I can go through a line.
I'm telling you, I'm excited.
Who we got? Like, hey, everybody who I left out, do not count this against me. I love all y'all.
Do it.
Who else we got?
Say, oh man,
Exactly. Yo, you know what? Call me out. Call me out.
Leave it in the comments. And
Let
tag
it be
him.
known. Let it be known that I left y'all ass out, man. I'm sorry, shit.
We got the good liquor and the good lemonade.
I got a whole lot of shooters. My homie Darrell, he's been shooting with me since day one.
As what industry? Also clothing?
He's actually photographer. He's a photographer.
Okay.
Photographer, and he just does so much on the media side. He just doesn't do like photos. He does videos also.
Okay.
He does music videos. My boy Poppin. The people who are close to me, like all these people are close to me. I can't really even like leave them out. Got Bomb Eats. That's my brother Johnny.
Okay.
Who else we got? Oh man, I'm gonna leave so many people out because I should have.
But you threw names out there. That's good for us.
I mean, and I got so many more. I'm gonna send y'all a list of people.
All right.
I hope so.
Because I really want, you know what I'm saying. I want you guys to be able to experience all these cool ass people that you probably wouldn't have experienced without me coming here, without me coming in our area. It's
Just because you're so diverse, like the fact that it's a clothing brand, you can really go anywhere, but you have your own niche, you have your own environment, and you also have your own style.
Most definitely.
And you have your loyalty too.
Oh man, I believe in loyalty deep
That's
into
what
it.
drives you to the different places that you go to.
And oh man, I got some more. I got Victoria from Third Cause Vegan. And we got Vigos over there.
Lined up, I got a vegan chocolate maker.
Word.
Yeah, Cosmic Chalks. That's the name of the company.
That just sounds too dope.
He's got him lined up to come up on here, but he's busy, we're busy, so we're bound to get him up.
When it's
Before
time,
this month, we're gonna get him up here.
When it's time, it's gonna go down.
And I'm gonna tell you, you gotta try it, man. It's vegan chocolates.
I'm with it. But I'm gonna send y'all a whole list though. Like I got so many people, and these are the people who actually like inspire me.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? Like so when you talk to them, you see why they're so inspirational. Like just beautiful people.
Well, I feel like good souls attract good souls.
That's true too. I believe that.
Yeah.
Positive
good
vibes.
energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe that. I definitely believe
So
that's why I wanted to have you on here.
right now, I'm gonna ask. We're gonna record it, of course, but I'm going live too.
Let's go live. Let's do that.
Where people can find you and stuff. So I'm asking again right now.
Okay, that's a bet.
Checking connection. All right, so we're about to wrap up this episode of Let's Grab a Drink. Y'all make sure and catch the episode. We're recording and we're also going live, but we're here with today's guest, Especial HTX.
And me too.
Hey, what's up with y'all?
There you go. All right, so where can people find you?
You can definitely find me at Especial HTX. That's ESPECIAL. H as in Harry, T as in Tom, X as in DMX. I always have a pop-up going on at least one time a week. If you guys follow me, I always keep y'all on the loop of where I'm gonna be at. I always have some dope stuff coming out. I want to keep y'all on the loop. Thank y'all for following me. Thank y'all for the love and support. I'm not doing as much pop-ups this month because I'm just doing a whole lot of stuff and like getting the gear together for fall winter, which is gonna be stupid. So sometimes you gotta get out the game to make sure the shit look good.
Yeah, set up, man.
I'm doing it for y'all.
There you go.
I'm doing it for myself too. So whatever.
Hey, you saw he did that deep voice thing right there.
Don't fall for it.
All right, y'all guys make sure and go follow him. And we're going to wrap this up right now.
All right, guys. So there was another airing. Thanks again to Chris with Especial Clothing Brand.
Perfect.
All right, man.
Especial HTX.
Well, that's his Instagram, but his brand is Especial.
Yes. Yeah, see
Put
that.
some respect on it.
Like, hey, I appreciate the corrections between y'all too. I appreciate that. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks a lot. And I hope you enjoyed it tonight.
Most definitely.
We're going to be putting you on blast shortly, and I'm looking forward to all these pop-up events.
Oh yeah.
And people can find your clothing line on those social media platforms that you share?
Yeah. On each one of my, I'm on Especial HTX on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I have an online link that directs you directly to the online site, so you can purchase off of there. And I try to make sure I keep, because sometimes when the inventory may be a little weird, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because I keep all my inventory on me. So at my pop-ups, I like to have everything with me, so just in case somebody comes in with a size, I like to have something with me. So I try to do an inventory update at least every Monday, so I can. So when you do place an order, I do have it in stock.
So that's a good thing to know. So when people order, they are literally getting it from you.
They're getting it from me. I try my best to send those. If you place an order before 3, I try my damnedest to get the order back out, get you a tracking number by the same day.
Nice.
Cool.
So I try to make sure, because I've been on the other side of making orders and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see where my stuff at. You know what I'm saying?
Show love.
So
Yeah, make sure and follow Chris. Give him some love. Again, thank you for sharing your stories with us. And one more thing that we didn't say, but we are planning on doing follow-ups. So in about a year, we'll see where you're at. We're gonna hit you up. We're gonna have you back up. Have that brick and mortar ready.
It's going down. Hey y'all, thank y'all.
Cool, man.
Thank y'all for providing this platform. I appreciate it.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks.
That's gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys. Y'all make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Show some love. Show him some love, and we'll see you on the next one.